Hello, ladies, gentlemen, people of all genders, backgrounds, all regions. Welcome to quite a Thursday stream. It's American Ricci night, not a Wednesday. We got it on a Thursday this week. I'm Harrison. Been taking a break in the commentary booth for a while, but I'm hopping in, joined by the wonderful Philip. How you doing, Philip?
Hey, what's good? I'm feeling a little loopy, just got off work. I'm excited to watch some Japanese dominoes for sure.
And some Japanese dominoes there shall be. We're in session 5. This is the start of big weeks. I mean, it's not the end of the line, but players are starting to kind of cement where the promotion line, the demotion line, pretty much everything that they need to keep track of and aim for is starting to cement itself. Right now, we're going to start out with some A2 games in a couple minutes here. We got Andre, Julian, Riley, and Leon. Riley and Leon both kind of just struggling, trying to keep above the demotion line, and Julian trying to fight for that promotion. A very interesting promotion line at that, too, right, Philip?
Yeah, the promotion line has actually been lowered quite a bit, um, thanks to some interesting games from a few days ago. Now sitting at around plus 40, and now everyone from fifth to ninth is actually in good striking range to hit that last promo spot. And Julian today will be hoping to get above that line uh, in these next two games of the session.
Yeah, it's gonna be really exciting. I don't know if this series will really have too much of a change on the promotion line, just because Andre is pretty much untouchable. But the demotion line, especially if like Riley and Leon have a bad last two games, could really start to. We could see the demotion line end up at that minus 80 or even a little bit below it.
Yeah, Riley and Leon really endeavoring to not take huge lasts in these next two games. Just hoping to not make that race around the demotion line even tighter than it currently is. We
Yeah,
can
the
see or Kaz, even though at negative 69, is still well, not completely out of danger for the demotion line, and
has
Leon
a good
also
13
inching closer.
points. Yeah, not
Yeah.
exactly, not the worst, but that is just one game. You really want to give yourself a nice buffer heading into this last session. As little
hmm
pressure as you can get is going to benefit you in spades.
hmm
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be
And
starting in about 1 minute, too.
right. And another part of this is that the sixth session is actually a position round for A2, if I'm remembering correctly.
Oh,
So,
yeah, it's 20 players, so yep, it'll be matchup based.
so the outcome of this series will have some ramifications on what players you'll end up playing in the sixth round and the seeding that goes into that.
Yeah, I know
So
it's something weird. It's like 1-5 or no, I think it's like 1-11-12-20 or something and then a
yeah,
weird
it's
cascade like there.
yeah, it's like a little snake that goes down the tables and back up again.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
know it's not like every 5 places you fight that person. Like it's not 1-6 11 and 16. But
Mhm.
either way, we got a game in front of us. Starting out, we got Riley as the dealer. There's Shimocha on the right, Andre. Toyman is going to be Julian, and Kamicha is why did I lose the last name? Leon. That's who that is. And it's not the best Steeler high pie to start.
Each.
Right.
Oh,
Shapes aren't that. Okay, never mind. Toyman, Julian just gets a turn two Ricci.
yeah, casual
Uh,
turn C. Oh, on
Key.
a Ramen terminal too. Look at that. Love to see
mm,
that, don't you?
6-9 on weight.
I mean, sixes are bad, but you're not expecting those. Nine Mon looks great though. Still four on the wall.
Mm-hmm. Low-key hoping for to draw the last 6 months for that beautiful Tanya Pinfu. but no one else at the table has really backed off. Leon has even called, hoping to fight this Ricci.
Originally started by trying to do it with an Itsu, but then decided once the opportunity presented itself, had to cut one
1
dangerous round, then decided, you know what, I'll just work it down to a Tanya and we'll go from there. Still could back off because the 6P is kind of scary, although with Dora immediately dropped, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Well,
It's still
this
not
fork will
Tenpai.
draw. Not Tenpai, but the shape does end up getting a little bit better.
Gives you some more
Dealer has also
options.
been Dealer has also been working towards a pretty good Ishanten here. Chance for Ipeiko.
It's true. It could get a little clunky depending on the draw, but there's a decent chance it gets a Tenpai. Yeah, it looks like Andre's
つも
kind of been backing off. Oh, here's that Sumo we were looking for. Reach Sumo
Just another
Pinfu.
Thursday.
No, or would
Dealer
help,
moving
but
over.
420, not the most amount of points you can get. That's
Right,
where you
right.
really want that Ura bomb, because that's where that 2 Ura makes it massive. The
ポン
biggest 2 Han gain you can get.
Right. Jump from 5,200 to 12,000. Very important. Well, this dealer high pie for Andre looking better than what Riley had last round. A lot of good options here. Nice Ipeiko shape for the 2-3-4 and pin. Can also just play this pretty standard. Get a Pinfu. If we're feeling spicy, maybe get a flush looking hand. To our
Yeah.
right, we see one call from Julian. Get that south call, and just looking to call this down and try to advance the dealership. Across the way, Leon. Uh,
Probably
Pretty average
E
looking shapes.
Peiko,
Maybe
maybe
the
a
Ipeiko and
Pinfu.
Mon. And Riley also working with pretty average shapes. Has a couple of conchons that need to get filled in. That 6 mon is really nice though.
Helps it out. But, ooh, Julian draws the nuts. 5 Mon, now waiting 5-8, so Tenpai.
Feeling
Oh,
good.
not quite yet, though. Andre's
Mm,
thinking, I guess wanted to keep door acceptance in the hands, but decides to still just trash the Tuso.
hmm Now, would you have called that too so if you were sitting at Julian's position and
Oh,
tried to switch to
there's
a Tonki?
there's no shot. Like the 5-8, it's good. It's very far away from Dora. You've already dropped a lot of good Tonki tiles in front of you. You don't see any 5 or 8s out. I think you just play it as it is. Like
hmm
sometimes there's benefit to
1
taking the Tonki, but in your situation, there's just no shot.
Right. I think
Andre,
the main argument
mhm.
for switching to the Tonki would be to switch to Dora Tonki potentially, but
Yeah,
we're still early on. No real need to greed that hard.
we're gonna see a reach
But
come from Andre on the 6-0. They're all held in hands. It is a very weak reach. But depending on what's dropped, Andre could get a lifeline. There's 3 4-sos out.
the 7 so draw is really nice for Riley. It will probably drop from one of the pairs now. Which one do you think is
Oh,
safer?
I mean, I think the
I
one
mean,
so is safer, but it's Dora, so you gotta keep
it's
that.
Dora.
I
Yeah.
like just
Yeah.
checking the 5 and hoping.
hmm
Doesn't feel great, but you got a lot to gain from a Pinfu here.
Right. The 6-0 is unfortunately fully dead. Will need to come out from probably Leon. Looks the loosest, but Leon's gonna play some good defense.
Oh, and this 8, that could jam everything up.
hmm
Yep,
ドン
and
And there you
Julian
go.
takes it. Diffused a big bomb there.
Yep.
Unbeknownst. Not even dealer bomb, just straight up from Riley. Threatening a
Yep.
Pinfu Mangon on a reach. Didn't quite get there.
hmm
And now Julian in the driver's seat. Could potentially get a 4-5-6 Sanshoku here. That would help a little bit. Has a Dora in hand. We'll have to see how long they're willing to keep it and greet it. A terrible Dora, as it seems, because everybody started high pies with 1. Don't see that too often.
The ultimate 4-way
ポン
Mochi Mochi. Handshakes all around.
Interestingly enough, Leon might be able to get a Chanta Dora Tonki here.
Mm,
Has to draw the
yeah, it
one
does need
mon and
to.
discard the 4, but ooh, that might bump it though. Yeah, just decides to dip after Julian throws theirs out.
Hmm.
Pump.
But wouldn't be able to get the one mon anyway because Andre is just hidden con of all of them in hand.
Yeah, and then playing the Yoncon, so I imagine Andre, if 4 mon is gotten, is gonna probably take the con or just try to use the 1 mon as a safe tile. Otherwise, we'll probably, if 2 mon is drawn, just drop the 5, call it a day.
Hmm.
Advancing Ishan
Probably
for Andre. No, not Ishan, Ryanshan. Now Ishan with that pickup.
could con now, try to get into Tempai, but
It's not
opts to just
terrible,
drop
but
6 pin.
the shapes are hard is the problem with that.
リーチ
Right, Julian finds Tempai. We'll take Dorichi, waiting on 5 pin.
It doesn't want to mess with trying to get Tanya or any more
リーチ
upgrades, just rips it. Leon is going to find counter
Immediately.
Tempa too, reach Pinfu.
More 7 so is to wait.
Interestingly enough, I mean 4-7 so, 4s are dead and 1-7 so out, but all 5Ps are still yet to be drawn. Oh, never mind, there's one in front of Leon. So there is one
So
5P. Oh,
3 versus 3, make that 3 versus 2, 2 5 pins left.
ロン
yeah,
But the
and
Forza comes out first.
for I mean Riley deals into the cheaper hand, reach Pinfu, and nothing else, so just 2k. Leon picking up 2 reach sticks though to help buffer them as they go into the dealership.
Ooh, this is kind of fun.
I mean, I see
But
this as kind of just building towards Tanya, right? You're hoping to get a 6 or 7 pin pawn on the way there.
yeah, I think just aiming for Tanya outdoor 1,
Yeah. I mean, I guess
pretty normal.
if you hit like 8 mon or like 3 mon early, specifically I guess 8 mon because that would remove Tanya, you could also just play the 2-4-6-6 as a Ryoncon and dip on one of the 6s later. Oh, but if you just draw it, hold on.
Just draw better tiles. That's the number one trick doctors don't want you to know for getting good at Mahjong.
Just
チ
literally draw those. Ooh, and I
ポン
actually like to open up. Leon could
Yeah.
also, with a Tuso draw, get Sanshoku to add to the mix for a Tanya Sanshoku Dora 1. Very nice dealer hand.
Unfortunately, would have to draw the two so himself, otherwise
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to discard 5 so immediately on a call. But waiting Tempai now on the 3 mon, 2 still left in the wall. Um, Other hands at the table, slowly making progress. I think to our left is actually a really nice Ishan 10
リーチ
for Julian.
Yeah,
Make that
now and
Tempai.
Tenpai probably will fold the 5 on. Nope, decides to take the 2-5 Ryanman away.
Wants to Pinfu
It's
over
fair.
the Nobutan weight. Richidora Pinfu, 2-5 mon.
We are going to see Andre across the table get Tenpai as well on just the 3 so, a much weaker weight, but still in Tenpai. Oh, Leon plays the Genbutsu 7. Doesn't want to risk the 2 or the 4 and take the Tonki.
Right.
Ramen upgrade's very
Uh,
important in this situation. Always want to keep that dealership.
mhm. And the 7 pin doesn't give any
ツモ
immediate benefits actually, because your Fu count would still not go over, or your Fu would still be 10, so you'd still be at or I guess if you sumo the last 3 mon, then you would actually go up in Fu, but uh,
Oh, I don't know about you, but Brett's voice just perked up in my head. I don't know why.
oh yeah, Daisangen real?
Could be. I mean, okay, so here's the thing. What needs to happen, Riley needs to draw the white or the green, pass up one of them that's dropped on board, and then draw a pair of the third one. That's the only way that this Daisongen. That's the only way that Daisongen is real in general.
Mm.
So we are still a ways away from that. Oh, the shape's so good. You got to drop 2-4 here, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah. 2-4 is pretty standard. But yeah, Daisongen feeling a little bit less real now that we have a completed shape.
I mean, if you draw the red, you
Boom.
kind of just ditch on double five, so right? Or
Uh,
no, do you dip on 6-7?
if you really want the Daisongen, then I think
Then you gotta dip
six.
6-7, right? And just take Show Songen,
Yeah,
Dai Songen chance.
Reach.
And try to fake that it's like a Honitsu. But
oh,
Leon's
but
reach is gonna stall that completely. Nothing safe to go off of. Leon waiting on
yep.
3-6 round then too. Gross.
Mm, but dealer still has good ways to call into tempo here, so just gonna keep pushing.
No, and you gotta
Oh,
take that.
Boom.
Just
here's
watch
tempo,
two
5-8
eights get
pin.
thrown.
Mm-hmm.
Long.
But the 3-6 comes out.
Yep.
Richie, Pinku, Nora.
Andre starts to agree the Toy has to cut the 3-6. Figures, hey, if the 3's safe, 6 probably is too. Then I can get away with this Toy scot free. But 3-6 was the exact weight Leon was on.
Yep. And well, this game's been going pretty quick. Already South 2. Andre in our dealer chair. Pretty good shapes in hand, actually. Really good chance at Tanyo Pinfu. May even be able to wiggle this towards some
Ooh.
like 5-6-7, 6-7-8 Sanshoku.
I think it would have to be 6-7-8.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, I
I
guess
think
five
probably
six seven. No, 5-6-7's
5-6-7.
closer at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now technically equidistant, but
Yeah. Semantics.
the question is, if you
Boom.
draw 5, so what do you do? Oh well, if you're just gonna
Uh,
draw 3 pin after, then then it's not even a question because then you just throw 2 pin. But if you throw 5 so
mm,
with the 2-3, then I feel like it becomes clunky because then you have that San Menchon in an extra shape. I guess you still might
uh,
cut 2-3
Each.
just to try to push towards Tanya. Oh, the
they,
friction on the table. Julian's got Tenpai. 4-7 Mon. Actually not
I mean,
great.
Cheat.
2 4s,
yeah,
3 7s out.
yeah, and Richie Pinku.
Andre fights
Fortunately,
in
Richie on the
Tenpai.
door couldn't integrate it.
Andre on 2-5 so right now. Just gonna check
Mm,
tiles. Leon?
Just 5, so
If Leon's brave, I
yeah,
mean, you have the 1 Mon to throw, right? Oh no, 1 Mon's not safe. It's
yeah.
one
Long.
Here's
chance
the
plus the Tonka.
Exosuji. The 4-9 comes out. And the Tenpai push. Richie Pinku hits the Uro. Boosts that up to 330, 3900. And
Oh
the
my goodness.
oh,
Hey,
Daisangen
remember this?
real?
Honestly, like Toy as well, just kind of looking nice. You got 2 7s. It is a door indicator. That's kind of tough.
Okay, but how often do we just push Honitsu? Yes.
That's what I was. I mean, there's no sense in not dropping 8, and then maybe even 3. Ow!
Boom.
Come on,
All right.
Julian. You can greet a little more than
Okay.
that. You just gotta drop 3 mon, right?
The 3-mon makes sense to me. So maybe see some sort of path to Chanta here, depending on
Boom.
whether this Tuso gets called.
Oh, the Daisongen's so fake now. There's no shot.
Yeah, I think at best this turns into Shosongen. Or it can still be Daisongen, but you'd have to be
Julian,
on some
well,
sort of Tonki.
Julian would have to basically get the green Onko, have a green hit the board, not call it, and then pair the white, and then hell wait on it, and have somebody
Mm,
drop it. Which isn't
Each.
like impossible, but it is tough, especially now that Andre is, what is that on? Oh, 7-4.
4-7 pin. Yep.
Ugh.
Ricci Pinfu, chance at the Peiko. A little bit sad that we didn't get the 7-mon draw, so that this could also have Sanshoku.
Yeah, I mean the E-Peiko's only coming from Julian dropping the 7 right now, which I don't see is happening.
Right, Julian in the lead right now. A fairly thin margin as well, 3,000 or 2,500 points. So not really looking to deal in right now.
Yeah, I mean I think with a hand like Julian's, you're kind of just looking to win.
リーチ
You don't really have anything that's too safe to fold. Oh, not after that 4. That 4 is tough. Might check it on the half, Suji.
Uh,
No,
oh,
just folds out double green. Honor theory.
Matsumatsu.
Sticks. It's gonna look back in the log and think, man, I'm so nice. Read of the century over here. Now it's probably feeling a little bit worse. Really hoping that 4-peen would have dealt in because that Hatsu that was just dropped would have won the round.
ツモ
Got a sumo, Ricci sumo for Riley.
No though, so just 2K. And I mean, Julian's pretty happy with that. Now all you need is a 1K win and you're in there.
Yep. And right now, Leon taking over final dealership. Both Riley and Andre looking to get back above 30K. Pretty achievable. Score lines are still reasonably tight here.
Yeah, it's a
Uh,
really close game. I mean, Mongon Sumo is really scary, especially for Leon. Or Mongon Sumo from other players, because a Mongon Sumo would put Leon below 30K. So if
right,
Julian hits Mongon
Leon,
Sumo, Julian gets Super Ura. If Riley or Andre do, they get second, and Leon drops quite a bit.
right. This is one of the worst parts of your dealership. Just the double dealer payment. Feels pretty bad sometimes. But,
Oh, as Andre gets into Ishan 10 too with
ooh, another
Adora.
really nice hand. Ricci, Pinku, Tanya, Dora. Dora's, yeah,
And
you can
that's
get Pinku
already
with that.
4, so it's guaranteed Mongon. Oh, has the discipline to not open up too. You love to see it.
I mean, your shapes are already so good. Like, calling doesn't speed up your hand immediately.
Yeah. With that
リーチ
39.
Here's the Tenpai.
Oh, yeah. 3-6. I mean, it's around the Dora. That is the one problem with it. Oh, but Leon's hand is now bricked with that 6-mon.
Yeah, unfortunately, gonna have to play around this a little bit. Doesn't want to drop the pile right next to Dora.
Yeah, Leon might just have to play for Ryukoku here. That is a great draw to still try to have a fighting chance, though. Didn't cut the 2, so not super convinced that it's safe, even with the 5 so in front.
hmm Opted for the
リーチ
9-10 as a
Oh,
Genbutsu.
Riley's gonna let it rip
Then
too. 5-8-pin. Wow, this.
Ichi. Yeah, Riley really hoping to
Julie's not
get
gonna
to
deal.
flip the 2 Ura here. Hoping to get the Mongon to get back above 30K.
I mean, even just with the stick, it's something. Can at least get to third. Save 5 points that way.
Right.
5-8.
Right
There's two
now,
eights left. The what is the other way? 3-6.
hmm
One
so
six
2
one
versus
three.
2.
Yeah, 2 versus 2.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin and chat, for letting us know. 2 versus 2.
Glad someone's much quicker than both of us. uh,
Hey, streamer brain, streamer brain. You can't.
that's true.
ツモ
Oh,
Oh, Andre grabs it, and this is devastating for Leon. If this hits an Uro, this could even pass Julian. Ah, not quite. Oh, it still does because of the reach stick. No, my math's off.
extra reach. Would have done
Would
it.
Yeah, would have done it
Without the reachy stick.
just because of the sumo payment from Julian. So huge South 4 win there from Julian, or not from Julian, from Andre.
Yep, the perfect Gyakuten comeback victory. Ends up in first place with plus 20.9. Julian takes second place, plus 8.3. Leon takes a very small third, or not a very small, but barely in third by 700 points, minus
Hmm.
5.7. And then Riley, unfortunately, bringing up the rear, minus 23.5. Not the worst fourth place I've seen or experienced.
No, I mean that's if you're taking a fourth, minus 23.5 is a pretty good fourth. You're never doing
Yeah.
too much better than that. But I mean, you look at where the standings are right now, and that's what we were talking about earlier. You see Leon and Riley kind of inch further down, struggle to stay above the demotion, and Andre just up top in first, raining down the one person that really didn't need a first.
Yep. And I guess it just hopped immediately into their next game
Oh yeah,
because
everyone wanted the run back after that exciting South Four, and
yeah.
Leon, with a bit of bad luck, doesn't look like the high pile will make it there. Although that is pair number four.
Oh,
I mean, do you
is
play anything besides Cheetor with this? Do you maybe take the Toy Toy if like 6P comes out?
uh
Maybe even if it doesn't.
okay. I think Toy Toy is actually like not that bad because you have
I
one
mean,
mon
you have
nine mon
three
one pin pairs.
terminals. Yeah. Oh,
Oh, never
good
mind.
discipline though on
Cheat Toy.
Storso.
Yeah. The only thing about Toy Toy that sucks is that if you want value, then you'll end up Dorataki,
Yeah.
which is not great.
Or you have to hit a con and just risk the repercussions of that.
Hmm. But Cheat Toy, you'll be happy to take that. You can also wiggle around, find a better final weight. Looking around the table as well, Julian to our right, uh, sitting in Ishan 10, wants to fill in that penchant and
Hmm.
grab a Pin Fedora from that. Across the way, Riley,
Ishan 10 as well. Just waiting,
Ishan
hopefully,
10
to
as
do
well.
that penchant. Same sort of thing.
Hmm.
And then
Leon
Andre
having
is in the same situation. Everybody Ishan 10 right now. We're just racing to see who gets past post.
right. And Leon had an interesting decision. Drew into the 6-pin
Each.
Onko, ended up letting go of the 8-pin, ended up letting go of the Dora. Now chasing a Sananko, I think.
Sananko or
Probably
just a
for.
Toy Toy backup.
Hmm.
Although after that pass, it's no longer possible, so you're just backing up. Looking for maybe a
Yep.
more normal hand, yeah, hoping to maybe hit that Sananko or just shape up. As Julian is the
Right.
first to make it to Tenpai, but on the bad weight, the Dora Indicator 7P. Still one in the wall, but those other ones in hands are locked up. They are not coming out.
Right. And Leon actually doing a little bit of folding slash Malachi, dropped away from the 9-mon pair, and is now back in Ishan 10. Could actually find 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku, but we'll have to push this 5-mon in order to chase after that.
Yeah, it does not look great. Riley also doing a bit of Mawashi. If
This
Tumon's
5
checked here,
pin.
can go back into Ishan. Not brave enough today, though. Or no, still in Ishan 10.
Each.
Yep, starts with the 2-pin because it's Genbutsu. May just push the 2-mon for K10.
It's true. Andre is now past post, looking at 6-9 pin. Although all the 6 pins are held in hand. Still two 9 pins. Or no, one 9 pins in Julian's hand. 1 versus 1 right now, right?
Yep. So this is probably just gonna be Ryukoku, right? No, wait, it's Haite. Okay,
Nah, not quite. Not this one.
not this one.
That
But
both players would have really liked that Hote, but did not quite get it. And hey, there's that
yeah,
familiar dealer 6P Onko that we saw last hand.
yeah, just Leon had to pass those under the table to Julian. Make sure he got those.
Yeah, they were too lazy to fully reshuffle, so Leon was like, I'll just give you this part of it. It didn't do me any good, so it won't do you any.
True. And Yeah, aside from the six Pinocchio, this hand is just looking
If,
like it needs a lot of fills
I mean, if
to
you hit your
boost recon com.
Conchons, one so West is a nasty Shabo till both West die, and now it's Suji trapped early if you get there. It's an option.
True,
Although
true,
Riley
true.
has some good Tanyao shape. Currently sitting headless Ryanshan 10, but plenty of time to fix that up. Andre, we will see in the second row when they start to maybe form a hand together. And Leon, maybe, could get Ryanshan 10 by the end of the second row. You hit the right draws.
Hmm. I think
Doragon.
Riley's hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Riley's hand is really interesting to me because I actually had a chance for two different kinds of Sanshouku, 2, 3, 4, and 6, 7, 8, but ended up discarding away from the 3, 4 Mon and
Ending
keeping
up
the
drawing
6.
into it.
Yeah. But those hands are really interesting to play, at least for me, because you're headless and you have all these really nice blocks, and then choices between which Sanchoku you want to go for, and then you end up getting neither of them. You end up
Yeah.
just getting a Pinfu.
So many options to play. I mean, even now Riley is taking the perfect Ishan 10, thinking about, or might have a thought later as to do I want to take the Shava or the
リーチ
Ramen.
Well,
Opts
don't
to
have to think too hard.
take the Ramen. I mean, the Ramen's a higher win rate. It gets the terminal. And you make up with Tanya with Pinfu guaranteed, so there's no point in not
Right.
taking it.
But unknown to Riley, all of the 6 pin are held, and there's only one 9 pin left in the wall. This weight that looks so good
相撲
from
Oh
her point of view
my.
is just
He
too
fucks.
good, actually.
Just draw them. It's simple. No Ura though, so at least it's not a manga.
On the last 9 pin in the wall, gets the Epot Sumo. Sometimes you just gotta,
I mean, we said it earlier. You literally just got to draw those. Although,
you
okay,
just gotta draw
listen,
this.
Dealer has a nasty hand. I would love to talk about Dealer's hand. What I'd rather talk about is Julian having an Onko of Haku and an Onko of Dora 9P right now. Because that
And
is
disgusting.
insane. Okay, so if a 9P comes out, do you just con that and hope people think you don't have guaranteed Yaku and are fishing for it?
Uh,
Because you have two Ramnens to play. Even if they start folding, you have a pretty decent chance at getting it. I mean,
yeah,
obviously,
that's an
if you get
interesting
it
thought.
closed, you just take it. Actually, do you even reach if you get it closed? The reach is
Oh
4.
yeah,
Or the reach is 5, excuse me. So it's the same as if you con the Dora.
yeah. I think Diamond Con is an interesting idea. It doesn't actually
チ
change the value of your hand to get the extra 9 pin. It would still just be Mongon.
Yeah, finding that sixth Han here is going to be hard, but I mean, is going to opt to just open up and take the guaranteed Mongon and wait on
Hmm.
this nasty early 2-5. Wait, oh
Right.
my god, what is Riley's hand right now? I'm like, that's
Smoke
so
Nyanshanten.
weird. Yeah, could even just play an
Yeah.
Ipeko Tanya Shabo right here with like a 3P draw too.
Okay.
Oh, the Cheat Toy
Julian.
died. That's good though. You don't
Yeah.
want Cheat Toy.
Mm.
This hand's worth so
Yeah,
much more than
Julian.
Tanya and Cheat Toy.
Yeah, Julian actually had a chance to keep the form on just now and try to get
ポ
Sananka
ン
and boost this up to a Hanimon, but keeps the higher win rate Ryandan.
What is
Instead,
the question here for Riley? Why is 2P not coming out? Really?
right, choosing the
It's an
just good weight,
interesting.
リーチ
prioritizing keeping the dealership, I guess, wants the highest win rate possible.
They're both
But 2 pin
6-3. You
would have
just
also
don't get
left
the
you,
Toy Toy this way. You
right,
don't have any
2
Toy
pin.
Toy chance, which is.
I think 2 pin
カン
makes the most sense.
Sure, why not?
How about the Ricci? Was hoping for Rinshan there for sure.
Double 5 Shabo, not great. Although 6 O's almost Kabe. It's pretty good.
Mm, yeah.
Interestingly
And then
enough, there are 3 Tusos. Oh, speak of the devil. And one 5-so left in the wall. Now two 2-sos and one 5-so. And it still has not come for Julian.
Should be coming out soon, right?
相撲
Yeah,
Oh, there's a sumo. And now people are like, wow, thank God I didn't throw that on the table just because.
yeah. Julian getting a nice Mongon. Now we move to Andre's dealership. Uh,
Oh,
you
I
have a
hate
Dora.
playing hands like this. I
Hey,
hate
you
them.
have a Dora. You have a Dora.
That's a man. You got a pair of West and North. What do you mean you got a Dora? How am I playing this? I don't care if I have a Dora. The last thing I want to do is keep a Pizzu in this hand. Oh, just Yonkon City too. What a sad state.
ポン
Oh,
Oh,
Julian's got such a
hold up.
quick hand too.
Yep.
Has the Haku to call
Julian
as well. Another
gets the
random
double
pawn.
Yakuhai pair. Unfortunately, cannot chase Honitsu, or would be very difficult to chase Honitsu with the completed bamboo shape there. One, two, three.
Listen, all I'm saying is every time I personally have thrown an entire meld just cause that is completed in my hand, it's gone well for me.
ポン
You are a psycho. Let's be
I
real.
will admit that is an absolutely psychopathic thing to do. And not even recommended. But I mean, hey, if you're really about that Honitsu Mangan, you gotta make sacrifices.
リーチ
I mean,
you're missing out on 6K by not dropping that meld. That's all I'm saying.
well, hold that thought, because Riley just found Tenpai with a Pirichi Pinfu Dora on a three-sided weight, winning on 1, 4, 7 mon,
For 7, that's
which
pretty
is
strong.
4 mon, now a double Ron if it ever comes out.
Yeah, but it's locked
But
up in hands. I can't imagine Leon is gonna throw that.
yeah,
And then
that becomes a
ones,
question.
still three ones, still three sevens, so 6 tile weight. It's pretty good.
hmm About as good as you
Ooh.
hope a three-sided weight is, but this 1 mon does not fit,
Oh,
as
the
this prevents him
7
actually
doesn't, but
pushing.
could throw the 6. Oh, but it's
Ooh.
furry 10!
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
ジョン
Yeah, I'd probably shove that too.
yeah.
Reach
Ichi
pin.
Pinfudora,
No,
Nora.
so bailed out a little bit. Don't.
hmm
You don't get that hand as Julian, which is you're really, really sad about, but I mean,
Yeah,
only paying 3,900 is not the worst fate in the world.
right. You're a little bit sad that I went to Riley, who just flipped places with you, but
I mean,
still in
halfway
South
through,
One, so
plenty of time.
yeah, at least 4 more hands to try and get it back. This dealer hand, a
Ooh,
lot of mon tiles, but your pin shape is already fairly set, so
ポン
I don't know. How about what does Mr. B2 think about just calling for Chinitsu with this?
Virginitsu. It's a bit far, honestly.
Alright,
Especially with a completer.
good.
Especially when you're dealer, it's like if I'm not dealer, then I might just say like, screw it. If I'm gonna get points this hand, might as well be big, lock down a suit. But when the shape's so good, I think this is strong enough to where you can just play E Shanten and go for a reach or Rian Shanten.
hmm
Although really interesting, Riley just decided to let it rip with those, and that is a Mr. B2 toy if I've ever seen one. That is a hater chi toy, and I couldn't be prouder. That is a dream.
ポン
5-so 7 pin. Oh, it's
Uh,
going to it.
it's happening.
I like that. I like that 3 mon cut. Try to hope you draw 1 mon. You still have Honitsu backups too.
Yeah. I like
Mm.
how we've also just been ignoring the Andre's
カン
just killer hand.
Wow, I didn't think Andre
One.
was going anywhere. I looked at it and it was still so far, and then I looked back and now Andre's Ishanten.
Yep.
San Anko chance too on like a 2 pin draw, or even just drawing 4-so 8-so.
Right. Could even play this like maximum greed, Chun Honitsu Toy Toy.
I mean, hey, if you draw like a 5-so, I don't hate that. It's not like 3-1's great. You already see a 2 pin out.
hmm
Yeah, 2 pin and a
Leon.
4, so.
Right. Leon with this dealer hand has been making not a lot of progress for the last 5 turns,
Zero
or the last,
progress. Hasn't drawn around that Sozu. Really wants to upgrade to a Roundman or a Kanchan and just hasn't been able to hit.
yep.
Oh
But,
no! And Riley in Tempai, no 10.
yep,
On a
no
tile that doesn't
reactor.
currently exist, still fishing for that 5 so. Or a
Yeah,
pair up somewhere.
ポン
but here's the toy play.
Yeah.
Andre.
Sad, but
リーチ
I get it.
Oh, the dealer
Oh!
found Tenpai with Dora 2, Ipeco,
Shoves it.
Ricci.
Not great, but it's something. Tell you what, it's scary. There's two door indicators. You deal into that. Double Ura for dealer. You're not liking it. There's no way Riley
This,
throws that, right? It's got to be 8, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's full Kabed. Like 7 was pretty early.
So one 3-mon left in the wall versus one 3-pin and one 4-so.
It is better, but here's the thing. Andre's got to keep pushing, and Andre hasn't
リー
gotten
チ
a scary tile yet. And now there's 2 reaches on the board.
Oh, and Leon's hand is actually better than we thought. It's actually Dora 3 because of the extra Condora.
ドン
Just bring that back
Oh,
heavy.
but Julian's gonna sneak on the Sanmenchan, get the E-Pots, and BM
And
Ura.
then
Doesn't
Ura.
get the 2 Ura for the Hanemon, but Andre in the greed throws a dangerous 9-mon. I mean, here's the thing. It's dangerous to the new reach, but it is Genbutsu to the dealer. But also you're dealing
Right,
into E-Pots if the 9-mon's not safe, you know what I mean?
right.
So it kind of
Like,
it makes up a little bit because you deny the dealer completely, but you're also still kind of the E-Pots is more value. I wonder if how safe 9 so was there. It's a big hand from Leon, but I might just fold at that because there's so many Dora you don't see, and you have none in your hand.
right. Something to look back on and during log review for sure.
リーチ
Boy, and everyone's got
Dealer.
crazy hands. God, Leon,
Okay, well,
sick
can't
5.
even look at dealer's hand.
Oh, that's 5-7-8.
Yep,
Wow,
Leon gets
great
the
weight for
three-sided
Leon.
weight on turn
ポン
4.
Julian's got good shape. Andre's opening up, playing aggressive. Riley has a super interesting hand that now I don't have time to talk to or talk about. Was like a 2-3-4 Sanchoku weird split, but does have Dora too and is gonna opt to just shove that. Oh, and
Right.
it's
Can
going great
actually,
too right now. Could go
yeah,
Honitsu. Have to
yeah,
brave
I
the
think
4,
Honitsu,
but Suji on the 3. Do you trust or do you not trust Suji when the reach is that early?
uh,
Because I tend to
if my hand
check
is
it.
worth, if my hand is worth, I'm very delusional. If my hand is worth pushing, I'm willing to believe just about anything.
I mean, it's a turn 4 reach. Do you really think it's a Ryoncon like dip? You know what I mean?
ポン
Uh,
Like, do you really think it's
oh,
6-4-2 turn 4?
スモ
well, there's our answer. It doesn't matter. Just Tsumo.
Yeah, just draw those. Oh!
Oh, close.
So
The casual
I
era 3.
Leon trying to get dragged out of the pits. Oh, everyone's taking revenge on Andre. I'm actually down for this. Andre can let everybody else eat. Andre can be a sacrificial lamb at the moment, so everybody can just
Yeah,
feel a lot better going into session 6.
yeah, this is a real eat the rich moment for sure.
ポン
I'm about it. Points need to be dispersed more. It's just true that the A2
ポン
economy needs to be leveled out.
You don't believe in trickle down A2 economics?
Absolutely not. Now for B1 that is totally real, so I should just keep getting points, but not for A2.
Yeah, yeah.
We got Julian with a very quick call, trying to just end dealership, keep as much of a gap going into South 4 as possible. Decent hand to do it. Riley with some good shape, but not quite there. Some ugly ones to fill in too.
Right.
Ooh,
Draw
some
this one
interesting
line. Can
decision.
take headless. I like headless here, to be honest.
I was gonna say I kind of liked Penchon. Yeah, you
Uh,
can. There's 2 Dora out too, and I don't like waiting on 3. So you wanna prioritize speed here. So I think I think I like this play. See if you can hit another 3 or 6.
I think this is also fine. Yeah, this is you also 3 pen gives you Pinfu, so not
Yep.
really losing too much apart from or in comparison to Headless, I guess.
Pump.
Aside
Helps
from
you
the two so draws.
helps you shape the Tanya. You know, one so is safe to at least 2 players. Oh, and that's exactly what you're hoping for. I think you just drop one so here, yeah, and you hope you basically play one mon as your pair and then play a one
Tsumo.
four seven on Menchan. Oh, but Julian just draws those.
Yep.
Simple as that. These guys need to
Simple
stop just
as.
like hitting hands. I'm not getting enough time to talk about like the million things that are going on the table.
Yeah.
They
Well,
just keep drawing.
Andre,
Ooh.
yet another double Yakuhai pair, and this time it's dealer, so has more incentive to just call down, go fast.
Am I? Oh, okay. We
Pump.
were on a different hand. I was like, what happened? Didn't they have 2
Yeah,
Yakuai pairs? But did
right.
get one called. Has the other as a backup. No Dora in the hands, but two quick. Oh, Mochi
Yeah,
Mochi on the white though.
right.
Problems.
Oh,
Still has Yaku, but you got a lot of pairs right now. You're probably looking to play the Haku.
yep. Well, maybe with enough
Pump.
finagling, you find yourself who needs to, and you just use the Haku as your pair.
Oh, not anymore. The question is, does Andre sense it? Could make a masterful big brain play, but the problem is that Mochi Mochi is the exact person you
Chi.
don't want to give it to right now because Julian is going Atazuke on the Haku. So it's actually best case scenario as long as Andre can just guarantee the white as a pair, which normally is completely doable, but with a hand like this, so many pairs, it's just not reasonable.
Yeah. And as dealer in South 4, Andre is really just going to take any tempai here.
How good is everybody else doing? Riley, not too much going on. Leon, too, just kind of struggling to get there. Ishan 10 right now, though. Could potentially take the 9 so Shabo. There is already one played, but it is options.
hmm I think hoping for that 8 so draw though. Get
Yes,
your Pinfu.
you definitely just want to take the easy Pinfu there. Oh, you got to take that, though.
Oh,
Reach.
but just draw the Yonko instead. Reach
Easy peasy.
Eudora, 1 4 so.
That's
Chi.
two. So you need
It's
a
a
direct on Riley or a sumo here. Or you need to pray you hit an
240.
Ura.
No, just anyone is enough, I think. Because it's
2K. Oh, because you get the reach stick back. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, you're right.
right.
So just, yeah, any win and you're there.
Tsumo.
Oh, Andre sticks alive though. And now really important.
Only
Oh, Leon's
win.
not dunked yet. Oh, that's Leon's teetering the line so hard right now. Oh my god, that's such a break for Andre. That hand's so bad.
Well, you worked so hard that last hand to cut off the Ricci, and look at where you are now.
Yeah. Oh,
Shattered
hold
dreams in
on.
your high
Early
play.
Yaku high pair though. That's a big deal.
Okay. Well, now you just call. Probably going to want to just call down, try to get another continuation.
Oh yeah. Definitely not looking for points on this just to get past post. I mean,
Yeah, if
luckily,
we were looking for value, might have wanted to play. Yeah, Andre
like
said in
Rita
chat could have
Honitsu or
gotten
something.
Chanta.
Or yeah,
Chanta.
Chanta. But not
hmm
even worth it. Just play full efficiency here because you're going to need every benefit that you can get, every amount of speed. Luckily, no one else's
Yeah,
hand is too fast.
I
Riley
mean,
does have a quick hand once this red comes out.
yeah, I'm looking at Riley's hand and thinking, uh, that's pretty callable, even though it's 4 pairs. Some people might play it as cheat toy, but I think
Nah,
it's pretty callable. Double
you
Yakai pairs.
you want to
Chi.
end the game in second here for sure. I
hmm
wouldn't greed too hard. You don't want to set yourself too slow and then have to figure out what happens once somebody reaches. You want to just go for it.
Yep. Julian making the call has the south triplet hidden in hand. Uh, just
ポン
gonna take any call here. Try to end
Oh
this as
yeah.
fast as possible. Secure the first.
First, you're just gonna write. Ooh, Andre draws a fourth pair too. Very interesting. Oh, Leon gets a chance to cheat, but can't take it. Would have to drop the south as a pair. Could have
ポン
tonkied, and has a lot of Manzu to draw off of to increase the
Right.
Nobeton, but doesn't decide to go down that route, as Andre does get the confirmed Yakuai sitting Ishan 10. Very callable triplets too. 7-so not looking super played on the board.
8
9p and 6p. Oh, there is one 9p out already though. That'll make it a lot harder. But 2-5 being
And
9
Tenpai.
Andre. Oh, oh, Andre choosing to get some sort of value with his hand. Wants the Honitsu.
Mm,
Actually, was kind of committing to this from the 8-so drop instead of cutting. Had a 7-7 8-so in hand. Decided to
you're not gonna
cut
take the
away.
9? What?
Ooh,
That
skip the
is
9-pin call.
that is I don't get that at all. It's the
Right.
last 9. I think you have to take it, right?
I mean, if you're set on the 9-pin uh,
Pair, yeah, but I mean
being your
you got
pair,
this.
it's also not really.
Then
It also
you
doesn't
draw in
necessarily move
7-5.
your. Yeah,
1
it doesn't really move your hand forward in Shanten is the other big thing,
Yeah, that's
and you
fair.
get left with pretty bad shapes left over. So
Yeah,
I think skipping.
headless, some less defense, I guess,
Mhm.
technically. Although it doesn't matter in this situation.
I mean, you're just really sad if you're left with 4 6 6 8 in your
8
hand. So
Yeah.
I think it's fine to skip.
Ooh, rally drops Dora. Just again looking at end game. 2p in West. Oh, Leon just got Tenpai on Chitoy. Wait, what's 225?
225.
Yeah, that's never mind. No matter what it is. Wait, is it enough?
ツモ
Um,
Oh, doesn't matter because rally draws. But I wonder if was 225 enough. That's actually awful for Leon too, because now Leon drops below 30. That minus 500 is actually a minus 5.5.
oh, you were talking about like two Han 25 Fu. I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about time, bro. Oh my
Oh
God.
no, 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 no. I was talking, yeah, 225 because what was it? Riley was 2K away from Andre, or precisely
Yeah, that
1900.
or two Han 25 is 1600 points with the one Honba that would have been 1900 points.
Oh, so you would have been able to tie, which I guess is a win because you're still over 30K. You're not losing
Mm,
anything.
right. Well, game ended with that nice sumo at the end. Julian walks away with first, plus 22.8. Riley coming in second, plus 9.5. Leon again barely below 30K, minus 5.4 in third. And Andre rounding up in fourth place, minus 26.9. Fortunately, for Andre, not a huge effect on the standings.
Yeah, Andre doesn't care at all. Andre is so far ahead, and like especially because Alfred has a huge lead, and Alfred's already played all session 5 games. Like Andre's just set. Andre gets to just coast and not really care.
Yep.
But
Barring, you
that
know,
demotion line, yeah, barring something insane happening.
barring dealing the three Yakuman in one game, and I think Andre is pretty, looking pretty for an A1 promotion. Um, and then looking at Julian, after these games, has more firmly secured the last promotion spot at fifth place, setting the line back to around 70 points, or right now it's 67.6 points.
Yeah, right now it's at I mean minus 82 right now is really the line. Just don't go below that. But I mean Sarah and Claire both still have 4 games to play this session.
Mhm.
Specifically Claire being really interesting there. Tucker, Pio, and Kaz too all still have 2 games to play. So
Right.
it's gonna be those are gonna be extremely important games. That is going to set the tone for the cut line. One or two of them take big hits, or maybe all of them go up a little bit, and a minus 60 cut line could be even a minus 45 cut line is not out of the question if all of them have a good second half of the session.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. Riley and Leon actually basically didn't move positions after playing those last two games. Did they switch around? I don't really remember.
Riley, I think so. Yeah, because Riley got a second that last game,
Mm,
so they were able to subvert that.
yeah, but both of them are now, well, I guess Leon is now a little bit more in danger of falling into demotion, but the buffer there around 20 points. So, uh, yeah, that as you said, that race for the demotion cut line is going to be very interesting to watch. Going to be a highlight for A2. I mean, the
Hmm.
race for both cut lines is a lot closer than you would think in A2.
I mean, yeah, because again, it's that promotion spot. Like, I don't see more than 5 promoting ever into A1, but it's really just about that last spot. Because if even that last spot is contending, then that's a huge deal. I mean, Simon still has 4 to play too. If Simon takes a bad session 5, even by just 20 points, 30 points, then all of a sudden Simon's on the shopping block too, and you have 3 spots within an arm's reach.
Right. And most of this is just because Andre and Alfred have just built up this huge cliff between them and the rest of the positive scores in A2.
Yeah, I mean A2 is honestly pretty much a mirror right now. Like even at the bottom, Sarah and Matthias have a majority of the negative points of the season, and then it kind of just evens out and slowly moves towards Shane, who is a sub spot, but
Right.
an effective zero point 0.0 line at place 11, right?
Mm,
I mean, it's gonna be super interesting to see how B or A2 goes. And again, still a lot of games to be played this session. Still like
right.
what is that? 8 games, I think, or no, 4. Yeah, eight
It's like,
games. I think it's
yeah,
one group of 4 and then 2 groups of 2.
one, two, three,
I'm counting that
four.
right.
Yeah, I think 8 games is right. Yeah, so 8 more games in this session 5, and then A2 will move into the position round. Uh, I know that these scores, given how tight the races are, people can move up and down the standings very easily. So position rounds will actually be hard to scout for until the last game of round 5 has been played.
I mean, even before that, like it could very well end up coming down to a lot of players on the last half of session 6, that second week, to decide what is going down and where the cut lines might move, especially in those tight knit leagues, or those tight knit promotion demotion lines. They're so volatile. They really are.
Yeah. So I think we'll be setting up to watch a B2 match next. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
this
An
B2 match will be, or sorry, you can
exciting
tell us
one.
who this match is featuring.
I was gonna say an exciting one if the it updated correctly, which it did. We got Stanley, Eric, Wenshen, and Blaine coming up to the plate. Stanley right now was killing the league, and then Sichuan just started jumping, just all of a sudden shot up super duper quickly, and was able to dethrone Stanley's first place for B2 this season.
Yeah. And you can just look at uh, sort of top the table. Everyone's EV is massive,
Oh
actually.
yeah,
Stanley, Stanley's sitting at 1,000 points EV per hand with just
yeah. Not even in
over,
first too, which is the
not even in
crazy
first,
part.
because Sichuan just has an extra 170 points in EV with an average win score almost 7,000 points and 22% win rate. Like, what is happening in B2, you know?
I mean, if you're just about it, if you're running it, I mean, B2 this season too, after the Beta League, is I think very volatile, especially.
Mm,
Um, I think with the Beta League set and how kind of that got through the B3, there was an extra strong promotion from B3, in my opinion, just because of how rigorous Beta League is, or Beta League format, and yeah, just a bunch of different players in the mix. We had some good B1 players who just had a bad season, who dropped down, and it's crazy. B2 is the insanity league at the moment.
right.
I think the
And
biggest kind of mix of players that you can get right now.
yeah, for sure. And definitely speaking to how strong everyone in B2 is, taking the strongest from B3 and then mixing in some of the other players. Looking at this particular matchup, it looks kind of like the top of the table beating down on Blaine, who is deep in the demotion zone.
Yeah,
So this is
-154. I mean,
this is a chance.
yeah, one good night here, and you can really, really shake things up for B2 if you're Blaine.
Yeah, Blaine, really looking to get as many points as possible across these games, try to get back out of the demotion zone. And also, Stanley, Eric, and Wenshen. Wenshen looking to get into promotion, while Stanley and Eric look to cement their promotion chances. And we are starting with Blaine as our first dealer. Uh, Pretty average, I would say, starting hand. Can look to just play this towards the standard Pinfu. Uh, Maybe just get some lucky draws. The
Ooh,
Hatsu pair, speeding
that's
up
a
the hand a little
nice.
bit.
But Mochi Mochi with Stanley across table, who's starting to build a monster Honitsu, has the Dora pair
Right.
as well, and there are no other Dora on the table.
And yeah, this is looking like a really good
I
Onitsu.
mean,
Drops the 8 pin instead,
might
though.
even just play.
Not,
I mean,
I mean,
hear me out. Four pairs: Chitoi Honitsu, Dora 2. That's Hane.
I
Dama
can't believe
Hanemon even.
I can't believe you're suggesting Cheetoy to me right now.
Listen, as Mr. B2 has flown up in cocoons and is working on becoming Mr. B1, sometimes a Cheetoy comes into your hands and you might play it. Do I agree with passing up that 5 pin though from Blaine? Absolutely not. If you're gonna call anything, you pawn the 5 pin and then it's Toy Toy City, baby. We're rushing it. We're rushing. We're sending. And now Winston, oh, the Paytonky Baltimore special.
Oh
One on the
no.
table too. It's ticking time bomb. Someone draws that north, they're dropping it. I guarantee you. That's Sanshoku
Ricci.
too. That's gross.
Yeah, Ricci Sanchiku on the Peitanki.
Yeah, no Dora, but you hit an
Uh,
Ura, and that's Mangon.
I mean, I don't feel like it's the worst thing in the world, but I am not with the Peitanki believers. I'm gonna be real.
It's once cut on the board, and it's like end of first row. It's just if somebody draws it, it comes out, and if nobody draws it, you just feel like garbage.
Tsumo.
Especially if Stanley just sumos on
Hey,
the Dora. Ugh.
Peitanki haters eating good.
Man, Stanley didn't even get the Honitsu too for the Hanemon. What's the point? You're
Yeah, I
so
mean,
far up. You wanna go for first. Go for the Mangon. Really, really, or not the Mangon, the Hanemon. Really cement yourself.
hey, East one, you have a Mongon. You can get it pretty easily. Just take it. It's good. But speaking of Honitsu's, Wenshin, this is a Honitsu hand if I've ever seen one.
Oh my god, hitting perfect draws too. Nothing but Sozu. Into the forest with these draws. Oh my
Oh
god.
my.
Honitsu, not no Dora, but I mean, oh, that's only four pairs.
Honestly,
Okay.
if you get this closed, you might just reach you.
I think you have to. I actually like passing that north. If second north comes out, I think you have to take it.
Right.
Um,
I think Honitsu for
especially with the
me, I really
south.
like. Yeah, Honitsu, I'm a big fan of only really calling if you can get Honitsu plus one more Han at least.
Yeah, it feels
Because
really bad
otherwise,
to get it by itself. You're also a dealer though, so you are a little bit more just kind of looking to refresh a hand.
right. But since you drew into this nice Ishanten so early on, you can actually
Yeah, you
play
have
it a bit more
so many.
greedy.
You have so many upgrades here. Oh my God,
And
Itsu Honitsu.
リーチ
yeah, but
Keeping it
now
closed on the one so would need to press the six so though. That's tough sell.
6-0 you might be willing to push since it's half Suji to Stanley, who's Ricci on 1-mon, 2-mon.
Gross way. Oh, if you would have known about the A. Oh, 6-0. Hold on. How many one so's are
Oh,
left? Oh,
ポン
there's still three.
yep, now you
Ah,
just take the Tenpai.
double one chance. And your Ishanten closed? I don't know. I don't know. If you
I
weren't
think it's
double one
reasonable.
chance, I'd say maybe, but your value is just shrunk with
ロン
this.
I think as dealer it's okay to just take the call and then take Tenpai so you can get your continuance. But Stanley does get the 1-mon run
Yeah.
and moves the dealership. After winning two consecutive hands, Stanley now takes over, third dealer, and pretty average shapes. Has it completed two nice shapes in bamboo, and just needs a bit more work on finding shapes in the other two suits. To our right, um,
Not too
couple, I
much
mean,
going
just one
on for
completed
Eric.
shape,
Yeah,
but
just
just a lot of
filling
content to
in
fill.
a lot of ugliness. Just gonna try to make it a little bit less ugly as the turns go by. Blaine's got a quick Yakuai to call and a Dora to go with it alone, but still in the hand. Definitely gonna need
Oh,
that East though to really start forcing this hand out. And then Wenshen on the
mhm.
left, three pairs, completed melds. Not really too much value, not too much going on, but shapes are good. Good chance of being first to Tenpai.
Right. Oh,
Ooh, Stanley, really interestingly, I was almost going to swear that this was a 1-2-3 Sanshoku attempt. But actually, 2-3-4, not super unreasonable.
mm,
Ooh, how do you feel about that one Mon cut, though? I feel like it's greedy, but I think I kind of like 6 pin here.
yeah. I think the 1-mon. I think personally I would have just done 6-pin because I'm just gonna play this pretty standard, keep two pairs in hand. But
Yeah,
I
good
can
end
understand the
weight.
one
You
month
get to
drop.
cut. You keep your Sanshoku open. You still do it with the single one monk cut, but now you're just sad and you still have this floating six. Easier to play a Ryanman
Right.
off of, but you're still two away and like you do have these other shapes. And now you also can't call at all. You're committed to just drawing your weights.
I think it makes sense, and with the idea of you want to end on a good shape. If you're committed to playing for a good shape, then keeping the 6-pin floater for longer and cutting away one of your pairs that you can't really call anyway.
Hmm
Uh,
リーチ
hoping to draw around a 6-pin makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair
But
enough.
yeah, but Wen Chen finds Tenpai Richi's waiting on
Four
the
seven
4-7
mon.
mon.
Easy peasy.
Ichinomi, but
Hey, four left. It moves the game along, gets Stanley off dealership. You let Stanley get like one or two more hands in dealer, he's gonna be pretty untouchable. I think it's the move.
ロン
Oh, and
Blaine.
Blaine pushes, misreads. Thinks he can get away with the Sotogawa, deals any pots. Little bit more on top for Wenchen, but not exactly full of value.
Yeah, Blaine had a difficult decision there for sure. Drew into the East Anko, but not a lot of tiles in the hand that looked super safe that would allow him to
Yeah.
keep pushing.
I mean, you're also like, it's you're starting session 5, right? Because I think, yeah, this is their first game of this series, but also you're down on points, so you need some big swing thing to happen, especially if you're not confident in really having a good performance or getting a breakthrough first to start the game, which with Stanley at 40K, that is going to be hard to do for game one.
Right. Dealer is Eric. Uh, Shapes are pretty normal. Uh, wants to draw the Dora to connect with the 6 pin, but otherwise gonna play it pretty normally. For right, Blaine has the Haku pair, and the rest of the shapes are actually pretty reasonable. Draws the Hatsu. I can hear the Daisong getting real, but a little bit far.
Boom.
And then, oh, the interesting hand, Winchen, actually going for the Kokushi. It's actually really close. It's Ishan 10.
Wait, we're already Ishan 10? I wasn't even. Wow, yeah.
Uh, well,
What?
right now missing. Right now it's just missing the
North
one
one
mon
mon.
and the
Chi.
north. Yeah.
Hey, there's only one mon. Oh no, no. Okay, there's two one mons, and North is
Mhm.
a Hellweight, so
Yeah.
that could be a problem actually. Because if someone draws that North, they might connect the dots, especially with nothing else being dead.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. I can't. I've dealt into a Kokushi this season, and
Oh no.
I can't say that I'm completely over it. So
Oh
yeah.
no.
But Blaine is actually calling for Honitsu here. Uh, Unbeknownst to him, the Matsu is actually paired up with the Kokushi hand.
Yeah, I. So here's the thing.
Oh,
Oh no!
Senpai!
Oh, I was just gonna bring up this example. Wenchen specifically there did not Tadashi. Wenchen Sumo Giri the one so. If you Tadashi there, this is exactly what I was gonna bring up. If you Tadashi the one so, and then you Tadashi another terminal, and anybody on the table is paying attention, they may think you're just folding out at this point. You're scared, you're backed
Mm,
away, and then they might be more willing to push that last north.
yeah, but now this one pin looks like a
But now
overflow.
yeah, now you think it's an overflow. You see
Boom.
the Sumo Giri 6, but now people are still thinking, there might be a Kokushi amidst.
The Hatsu does get pushed,
Oh, the
Boom.
green. Oh, no, but
but the 8
Stanley
pin,
deals into the Honitsu Dora 1. Oh,
hey, a
doesn't.
Sashikomi, I
North
guess.
isn't drawn. It was probably in the dead wall.
Yeah,
That'll make everybody feel
but
better. We'll just say it wasn't meant to be.
Blaine getting some much needed points from that exchange, now sitting in the dealer seat, starts with two Dora, two of the 8 pin Dora,
Pretty
and
nice.
pretty reasonable shapes all around.
Yeah, Edweight's never looking great for this hand, but it could get a pretty quick tempi. And I mean, a dealer reach is a scary thing, especially when you have two Dora.
Right. Winshin, after that Kokushi hand, has now just started with the glorious Ishanten, uh, Ichi Pinfu Tanyao. You want to get Sachiko here somehow with 234, but gonna have to find
Little
another
tough.
pair somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, little. You also have to hit another 4 or 7 and not the one so for that San
Mm-hmm.
Menchon.
Right, right.
Although I guess you could also just hit 5 or 6. So you hit 4, 5, 6, or 7, and then you can commit to it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Even get greedy and just tonky on 7 or 8.
Right. Blaine's hand advancing, now Ishan 10 with this 9 mon draw.
Very interesting. And
And
that's no,
it,
right?
this is Tenpai. This is
Beach.
Tenpai, but you have to drop the Dora. Oh, never mind. I'm bad at reading.
No, that's a weird shape. I don't even blame you. Oh, but this weight's terrible. This is just Dora indicator. It's a hell weight,
Right.
but only an
Ricci,
insane
Peiko, Dora
person.
2.
No, not even Pinfu. I don't think. Is
Ricci,
it?
Peiko, Dora 2.
Yeah, Rishi Pico. Or
Yeah.
am I reading this wrong? No, it's got to be like that. Yeah.
No, no pink food because of the Naimon Anko. Naimon triplet.
I mean,
But yeah,
here's the.
Hellway.
リーチ
I get it, but also like you have so many upgrades. You have a toy sitting right in front of you. If you drop like not the four, if you just take a Shanten back, you have Chi Toy as well. You have a lot of options here if you don't take this Tenpai. And
Yeah.
if
And
the
Quark in
ツモ
weight's
chat,
not a hell weight,
yeah. Quark in chat is saying that you probably just cut the Dora. You do lose the Dora
mm,
value. Like this, the weight that we took was the best value, but you drop the Dora and you get a much better win rate with the Ryangman.
yeah. And in dealer seat, I
Uh,
think you just gotta commit to that or back up and try to greet a little bit more value.
mhm.
ポン
Well, that was
Yep.
Wenchen though who just hit, right?
Yep. Wenchen got the sumo, and
ポン
now, as dealer, gets another fast hand. Can
Uh,
actually move this towards a Chanta, Chun Chanta.
so Blaine's doing stuff.
Okay, good West call. Forcing the Honitsu through.
I mean, oh, East is pretty dead at this
Oh,
point.
uh,
I didn't see the one
well,
he
ポン
immediately dropped. I mean, it's still plausible, you know.
we like.
But
Do you like sushi? Are you good? Are you a sushi enjoyer?
I actually have dealt into sushi more than any other Yakuman. I've dealt into it 2 or 3 times.
ポン
One of the times I was just dumb and missed. Oh yeah, that guy's running it. And then every other time I'm like, there's just no way. And it's my cursed Yakuman. I'm just fated to always deal into one when it's on the table. We are gonna
Mm,
see
oh,
Wenchen though draw the Anko of the red and get Tenpai on this 8 pin.
right.
Although not great because everybody besides Stanley who has already drawn an 8P can intake right now.
Yep. Two 8 pins left in the wall. Gonna be a race to get them.
ポン
Blaine did end up giving up on the uh, Little Wins Yakuman. Dropped to East earlier and is now committing to this Honitsu.
How do you like
Now
Stanley
Ishanten.
greeting Honitsu right there instead of just taking the 6-9 so Tenpai?
Mm, I think it's fine.
I mean, here's the thing, right? I think you want to prioritize getting Wenchen off dealer seat, so I kind of like
ポン
just throwing it away, or I kind of like just
Oh,
taking the
ドン
small points. Because yeah, you would have gotten a Wenchen off dealer, and now Wenchen is gonna get to build even more
mm,
away and out.
yeah. I guess from Stanley's perspective, it's you can either get Winshen off or you can try to get a really large hand, because that would have been Mongon, right? So
Yeah, because it was
チ
looking towards a Dora Tonki, or no, I think that was double Yakuai, so I think it was Mangan pretty much no matter what.
yeah, double
Maybe
Yagai
Hanema.
Honitsu, right? I think I think me personally, since I'm not dealer, I don't really feel pressured to move Winshen off the dealership. I feel better about trying to stack up points and make so that Winshen has a harder time trying to catch up, given the margin is so low.
Well, yeah, but I have a dealership left. If I don't have a dealership left, and I think I absolutely do that, or if I'm behind Wenchen in the seat order, but because I still have a dealership after this, I think I really just want to avoid Wenchen kind of running it up.
Mm,
I feel like if you're going for first, that's going to benefit you more of the time, if that makes sense. At least in my eyes.
mm. Well, in this hand, Stanley actually getting a
Shanten
really
Shanta.
nice, yeah, really nice looking hand. Dora Chanta finds Tempa into 7 pin.
Yeah, doesn't even want the Sanchoku. Makes sense,
Mm,
just take your Tenpai.
yeah.
Could also con the north, because that gives you enough food to get to the next, to get 220. So if that comes out, could see that, try to increase the point value just a little bit.
Hmm. I think the con here is actually not that bad, just
I think
because he
it's
has
worth
such an
it.
early tempi.
つも
Oh, well, just Sumo.
Comes
Gets the
out.
Chontadora. Now takes back first. I'm moving into Stanley's dealership.
Ooh, great high buy too.
Hmm.
Nice Tanyao
Lots of connected.
options. Dora with a connected Onko too, so some good end weights. Debating on even just
Yeah.
calling this right away, and
チー
I don't hate it, yeah. Get the 2-3, keep the 5 as a floater, and fish it out later if you need to.
Mm, yeah. I think calling is me personally. I probably wouldn't take this call. I think 2-3 Realman shape call really early on is a little bit. It's not something I would do, but
I mean,
I can understand wanting to bank this
yeah.
Tanya Dora.
I think the idea is you're probably building this Tanya out anyway, and especially with this Kanchan, you want to play something fast, so odds are you're going to open it up anyway. Might as well solve one of your rougher shapes earlier rather than later. Especially if like the situation comes up where you draw one mon and then you either go free 10 or commit to playing it closed.
Mm,
Like the 4 is
okay.
really nice there. If it's anything else, I think I skip it, but the 4 especially. 4 or 7 pin, I think you just let it rip.
That's fair. Korak also said he would take it in chat, so who am I to argue? I can't call for shit.
What else we got going on the table? Eric is just kind of building shape, maybe looking at an Epeko. Sneaky Dama to get the game to South 4. Blaine is just kind of building a hand, maybe looking at Chitoy, 4 pairs there. No value so far though, and Wenchen could try to move this towards a Chanta. It's a rough Shanta, especially when you drop that one peen there, which I actually don't know why one peen came out here instead of 7
チ
peen. That's a little odd, but maybe just
Yeah,
looking. I actually don't know. Maybe just trying to deny Stanley calls as much as possible, but I think just getting a 1K here is really important in and of itself, and you just go off that angle, give yourself a callable route, make sure Stanley doesn't get another hand.
I think one pen cut there was not that good because your main source of value in this hand is going to be getting Chanta
Yeah, and
or
it's
even
just like,
just
what else do you even have here that gives you anything, right? Like
mhm.
3-5-7 with 2 9s and 1-3-5 with 2 9s are practically the same thing.
Yeah, it's also weird because you cut the 8 Sodora like right before you cut one pin. So if you're cutting the 8 Sodora, it feels like you're sort of already committed to playing uh, Chanta, right?
Hmm.
Because you don't think you're going to draw anything around the 8 So. But at this point, it may just be trying to fold around Stanley's
Fold around,
hand.
or again, just deny Stanley calls because Stanley's still Yushanten right now. Stanley hasn't been able to get Tenpai. That is the one benefit to playing how Wenchen has been.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's been working out. That 7 so would have gotten immediately called by Stanley. Tenpai would have gotten found. Same with the 5 or the 7P. So this actually worked out amazingly for Wenchen. Could end Stanley's dealership with absolutely zero risk right here.
Yep. Just absolutely choking out Stanley. But
Oh, Stanley draws though, now on the good weight.
リーチ
Although it's all in hands, every last tile. Two
uh,
eights and 3 7s, just stuck.
yep. Herrick immediately finds Dorichi 3/6 on, but
Very
only
late.
a few draws left.
And 3 mon is one left, no sixes. So still a hope, but it's a tough one.
There's no way you sumo these, right?
Ah, I mean, if Blaine draws one, nah, nah, no, 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 no.
Alright. And we can find Yukaku.
Stanley grows the
Stanley.
lead.
Well, maybe the lead growing stops here. This hand is not too inspiring.
It's only at most six away. Probably only even five away, if I had to guess.
Mm,
So, end of first row, we'll see what happens. But
right.
problem is, Eric has got a pretty strong starter. Rough Tanyao, but very good shape. Blaine has a pretty decent Honitsu out, and I think you let that rip here. I think 3-1's the cut. It's Dora.
Yep.
You hate to do it, but I mean, I might even consider going Chinitsu if I'm where Blaine's at.
Yeah, I think this Honitsu especially is a little bit weak just because your
No,
callable honor pair is
yeah,
not Yaku.
yeah,
So,
no Yaku highs. So you just, if you really want the points, try to aim towards Chinitsu Itsu, get that Hanemon even.
hmm
And then Wenchen is that Yishanten? Yeah, Wenchen already Yishanten. Ugly
yeah,
Kanchans, but I mean,
yeah,
hey, Tenpai's Tenpai.
yep. Tenpai is tenpai. Points are points. $20 is $20, you know?
ポン
That's what I'm saying.
Alright, Blaine does end up making the East call.
Commits the Honitsu.
And
I mean, the Manzu shape
yeah,
isn't the best. You can still kind of maybe, if it comes up, try to do like a toy toy too. So it's not like you're
mhm,
committed to nothing yet. You're just probably committed to nothing.
right. I think 3 mon is a really big draw for this hand if Blaine can get it.
Yeah.
Really fixes up the
1
shapes. But,
Ooh, but the reach coming out from Eric. Tenpai found and on 1-4 Mon. Ugh. Gross.
right, waiting, same suit as Blaine. This is a 7
Is
mon.
that
I think
9
this is,
Mon probably? Oh no,
uh,
Tenpai with the 2 Mon drop. I missed that.
yeah,
On I'm like stroking out trying to figure out what is happening. 5-8. That's what it is. Right? Just 5-8? Yeah, 5-8 Mon. Oh, because you're playing 5.
リーチ
Wait, no. No, you're just playing 6-7. Okay. Oh, there's two reaches. Oh, 5-4. The toy
right,
toy looks so good. And the
right.
fakey
Drops.
Peiko.
ロン
Oh no, 4 mon comes out. Pinfu, Tanya, no era. But that does bring
Eric
Eric back
is
over 30K.
ecstatic. Yeah, over 30K. Not out of the
This
woods
fight,
yet, because Ryukoko's not alive, but oh my, wow.
yeah. And this fight for first in this game has suddenly gotten a lot closer with that direct hit.
I mean,
Eric
honest to
now can,
God, with Eric with a hand like this, yeah, I'm thinking that Eric's got a very good chance to come in the South 4 repeat one with first. Do you play this as Honitsu?
I think I played as Suanitsu, but I'm greedy. I'm a
Yeah, I
little
mean,
bit
here's the
greedy.
thing. It's just a Kanchan, right?
It's like,
You have good
I
cheat
mean,
toys too. I mean, you're at 4 pairs. You got a lot callable. You got like Peiko shape. Eh, it's a lot going on. Please
right,
drop 3 Mon. Ugh. Eric,
yeah,
it's
but even,
dealer Shinitsu or Itsu. You have a door in hand too. Oh, it's so much. And you're just playing
yeah,
Tanya
Eric
Door
is,
1 Peiko.
yeah, I think Eric is mainly looking at the Tanyao call here. Just wants to get the quick win, try to get into first.
I mean, I, I do get it, but also like
I think there's a
hurting
lot of
anything.
potential with this hand for sure.
Yeah, I three mom was doing nothing in the hand for a long time too.
ポン
Don't call that. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, we didn't look at any of the other hands around the table, and Wenchen actually has the Dora pawn now
Door pawn.
with
Ton of
a
pairs too. Huh.
yeah very very callable Tanya.
Yeah, definitely just taking whatever comes. Doesn't need anything fancy. Just straight up looking for first here.
And Blaine,
Oh wow, is
looks like
that
a
Tenpai
Cheatway
for
hand.
Stanley? Yeah,
Yep.
Ipeko
チ
6B Tonki.
All right, Eric finds Tenpai.
And
Waiting
all that
all
hand value
more.
gone to 2600. Waiting
Yep,
147.
but only wins on 4-7, so
Yeah,
ポン
and you have two fours. Oh,
okay.
and
ロ
But
ン
it does get
Grubba.
pushed.
But I mean, just 2600. Oh, 29, excuse me. Forgot there was a Humba.
Right.
Or no, there
But
wasn't
you know,
a Humba.
no Honda, no Honda.
Why was that
But
2900?
you,
Oh, that's
it's dealer.
yeah, I'm stroking out. I got 240 non-dealer confused with 230 dealer. That food
It's all
calculation
good,
business too complicated.
all good.
Too
But
much. Oh my
if you're
God,
Eric,
Stanley's got a
you're
monster. Oh. It's so scary. Eric now just has a much worse no value hand that is also slow. Blaine has a very weird Tanyao, but might be able to at least hit somebody or Sumo. Mongon down, so Stanley at least drops below 30. Blaine can save 5 points there. And
yep.
Wenchen doesn't really have anything going on. Wenchen's just kind of drawn for a quick Tenpai. Does have the West to call. Can speed up. Would still get first with a 1K hand. Stanley though, oh my god. Stanley's got a secret monster building here, especially if like 8 so is drawn.
ポン
Gets Ipeko and
Mm.
gets to oh my god, the whites.
Well, now you just call it, right?
If you see the
You get
last
that.
white, there's one on board. I think you'd definitely throw a red here. You throw a tune. You don't really care
Mm,
about Honitsu. You could also play it as Cheatoy. A reach Cheatoy gets you
right,
first. It's not a terrible
リ
right.
ー
idea.
チ
Ooh, but Blaine finds Tenpai.
Finds a quick
Richie.
Tenpai fair. Reach Tanya Pinfu.
No Pinfu.
Is it
There's
not?
a five mon
Oh,
triplet.
yeah.
So just a Richie
Oh,
Tanya.
I
チ
don't know if I like that then, because that means you got to direct Stanley in order to really do much here.
Right. So in Blaine's case, really, okay, they only just drew another Dora, but for Blaine's
Oh my
case,
god.
in since Armel is using the
チ
floating UMA structure, depending on how many people are above and below 30K, uh, the amount of final ranking points you
ツモ
get at the end of the game changes. But that doesn't matter if Wenshin just sumos.
Yeah, Wenchen just draws those and ends above all, and Blaine takes a massive, very sad fourth as Wenchen,
Right.
Eric, and Stanley all gain points. Everybody else really taking a lot of benefits. Very small plus for Stanley. Wenchen with a very big plus 22.3 is going to very aggressively head towards that promotion line. And Eric with a plus 9.9, again, just getting further along. Anything helps when you're
Yeah.
trying to cement yourself.
hmm Yeah. Eric, pretty happy with the outcome of that game. Didn't get a lot of hands going during the first half, and then managed to get enough wins in the second half to really jump back up to second with those direct hits on Stanley, especially helping out there. Blaine unfortunately couldn't bring anyone else below 30K, and ended up having to eat the full minus 20 UMA penalty for being the only one below.
Yeah.
But still a lot of games left. in this session at least, 3 more games.
Yep, session has
And
just started. Still plenty of time to try to claw back.
mhm, standings haven't changed that much after that game. We do note that Wenchen is actually within 4 points of Christine now, but still needs around 40 to 50 points in order to surpass Viet for that promo spot.
It should be noted too that historically in Armel, with things such as hiatuses, where people take a break for a league or unforeseen circumstances or whatever, normally there are promotion spots that basically trickle down more. So the more hiatuses they are, it kind of helps the bottom leagues more out. It makes it a little bit easier to promote. Sometimes a little bit harder to demote. It's not guaranteed. 5 promoting is guaranteed, or maybe even 6 promoting, I guess, from looking at the spreadsheet. Um,
Mhm.
but I mean, if you get into that seventh spot, there is a decent chance that you'll still promote.
Right. And the conditions for getting those extra promotion spots is have a positive score and then be next in line after the
Yeah,
promotion zone.
it
So,
just trickles down bit by bit. So hypothetically, if there are 3 extra promotion slots for B2, Christine Wenchen and Gaohan at the moment, could get all
mm,
3 of them, and they could all
right.
promote. But again, not guaranteed. Only the top 6 are. So
Yeah,
it is kind
nothing's
of just a
confirmed.
gamble you have to take and hope it works out at the very end of the league.
Right. And it basically just boils down to get as high of a position as you can. So,
Yep.
uh, what you're already aiming for anyway.
Yeah,
And
really I think the only thing is in session 6, if you have something that is looking very scary to deal into and you're like that next spot down from promotion, maybe you just say, okay, I'm good with where I'm at. I don't want to risk something to overtake a spot, and I'll just hope that, this goes well and that extra promotion slot happens and I'm there. Something like that.
mhm.
Starting in just a minute, we got Eric piloting, followed by Blaine, followed by Wenchen with Stanley in the last dealer seat.
Will be interesting to see. They jumped right into this game afterwards, so I'm interested to see how well Blaine deals with the loss from the first game, whether there's going to be any tilt affecting his play in this next one. I know for me personally, I have had issues in the past with just tilting away. I have a
Yeah.
bad game one and then I throw away the like next three sessions of Armel, and
Yeah,
that's
especially
why I'm in demotion zone.
if you get that like really greasy, just you got hit with some stupid BS deal in that's like, a less than 1% chance deal in, and that's what loses you the game. Those especially are like really bad for him mentally. But hopefully Blaine, I know Blaine usually is pretty solid and is just
トン
kind of self-focused. Obviously wants to promote and do as good as he can, but Blaine I think is really good about just saying, okay, what am I doing right here? What am I doing wrong? How can I improve? So I think mentally Blaine will be all right. We'll have to see though when Chen opens up with a quick Yaku high with some other pairs to call. 2 terminals, in fact, and of note, as Eric in the dealer seat is going to fill in those shapes. Very good in the Manzu. Has a Dora that is connected, but it is a Penchon. Waiting on the 7P here. Blaine, not too much going on. Pretty standard Pinfu hand. Could potentially work in a 789 Sanshoku, but has a Dora pair. Might just opt to play a more standard hand, not force anything too crazy. And Stanley on the left, very standard Pinfu hand. Nothing crazy. Might even just end on a Shabo, just cuz. Ooh, and Eric keeps drawing Manzu. Hold on.
Mm,
4 pairs of the
I didn't.
Manzu, too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna be honest. When I saw the dealer hype, I was not
1
thinking Chinitsu was how it would end.
If you just only draw one suit, you sling it.
If you're just better at drawing tiles, you win. Wait,
And now Eric Ishanten is able to call 4 Mon, 3 Mon, 1 Mon, as well as 2 5 Mon, as well as 8 Mon to get Tenpai here.
8 mon.
So many calls, including 3 pawns in order to get Tenpai here. Just an
Right,
absolutely insane Shinitsu wide. Only thing is, not going to be able to get the 6 to get the Hanemon, but can you complain too hard when you get that dealer Mangon, especially with that ship?
right. Oh, and here's
Oh,
Tenpai.
10 by 3
3
4
4
Mon.
mon.
Still 1 3 1 4. Wenchen, though, very sneaky. Damad right
半
now on the 2P. Oh my! That is
Con.
insane. Khan comes up with a Manzu. It's the one Manzu Eric does not have in hand. I guess as well as the two Mon, but we're not going to count that. But the one
Yeah, yeah.
Manzu that Eric doesn't have in
リーチ
hand, so it's still just a Mongon. And a Reaching for friction. Eric draws the Suji,
リ
shoves
ー
it.
チ
Blink gets a third Dora. No, does it steal in? No, wait, it's Ramen. Itso gets thrown. Blade's still alive, yo. 4 7
Alright.
Mon, wait.
More 7 mon. 3
Is
4
that's
mon
got to
wait.
be terrible, right? There's yeah, 1 7 mon, 1 4 mon left. 4 mon would be a double run. It'd be a bad one too. Double Mongon. You can switch here.
Ooh.
You can take just the 2 mon, but yeah, I like that. It's Genbutsu to one reach, Suji to the other.
ツモ
Oh, it's
Oh,
Stanley Sumo's cheapest hand on the board.
Tsumo, Pingfu, Ponyo,
Misses
no Ura.
all Ura with a pin food, no overlap, and just 420. Oh,
Just
so many dreams gone to die that hand.
mm, just send everything up in a blaze of smoke. 420. And to do it with.
Yeah, Stanley
Oh,
doesn't even know the amount of danger that was just dodged there, especially when you enter reach against both those monster hands.
mm. Well, Blaine as dealer here, starting out with very nice shapes.
Oh yeah, already Ishanten, right? Or not?
This is Miaoshan.
Yeah,
Miaoshan.
Ryanshan, but great Ryanshanten shapes.
Riichi Pinfu Tanyao is in the cards, hopefully.
Yeah, I could even draw into Ipeiko in the Sozu.
Mm-hmm. Wenchen, also really nice shapes, has the Hatsuanko as well.
Hmm.
Can stay closed for a while, but may just want to take a call into Tenpai.
Yeah.
Uh, Crossed away, Stanley, Ipeiko for 789 and the bamboo, but other and shapes are also okay, but needs to fill in that Mon 5 7 Mon Kanchan to our left. Eric, shapes are pretty good. I think this is
リー
Ishan
チ
10, but
Ryanshanten,
needs
but
to fill in that Kanchan.
needs to fill in and importantly needs to push against Wenchen's reach. It's on that ugly Kanchan looking at just 7p, but Pinzu looking kind of weak on the board.
Right.
You're also seeing, if you weren't paying attention to the Sumo Gear, you're seeing 3-2-1 pin thrown and thinking, what is going on here? Happened the 2 pin was Sumo Giri, but could lead some people astray. Might even cause them to throw a Pinzu, like a 7p they wouldn't normally
ツモ
throw. Oh, or just draw those.
Oh, no, you just sacrifice your lower pin tiles to draw the pin tile you need.
Yeah,
Riichi
Wenchen though,
Sumo Hospital.
very importantly, not doing the meme wait one turn, which would have added Epots and gotten a Mongon. The only actual real cult, speaking of which, I still need to make a conglomerate document of every Ricci occultist belief, and then
Yeah,
subsequently rank them as you would.
I mean, isn't that just Flowbook?
The flow book
Flowbook
doesn't have
1?
the right pizzazz to it. Doesn't have all the like actually terrible American occultist beliefs too, like Long Suji and Wait One Turn. All
Alright.
the
Long,
nonsense.
Long Suji. is kind of real sometimes. No,
The motto of American modern American Richu. Kinda real sometimes.
kind of real
Uh,
sometimes for sure.
Chen,
But
very interesting high pie. Has the completed 456 for the Itsu in Sozu. Is going to need 7 and 3 so. Already a 3 so out too. But again, has an easy call route if one of those is picked up pretty quickly. Stanley on the
right,
right, still just shaping up. A lot of ugly conchons, looking to fix those up. Eric across, more of the same. Has a Dora worked into a meld, much better shapes to work off of. Completed
C
Pinfu meld though, so nothing too crazy. Maybe a reach Pinfu Dora. And then Blaine is going to just take a very quick open up, has Dora 2 in hand, has some very ugly shapes to work around, so just going to maximize the chance and speed of the hand. Make sure to get that Dora 2 Tanyao in the bank.
C
right. And working out pretty well, actually. Now Ishan 10
Yeah, you
after
play
this call.
2 Mon here, and you have 2 Conchons left over, but you always got chances to get Ryanmans off of them, and if another 4P is dropped, you can see that it's Kabid, so 3P looks a little bit better to come out.
And this is actually a pretty nice upgrade.
Yep, can now accept
Can now
another
call
Dora
eights.
and still get Tenpai.
Right. Hmm.
Same with Aid, so.
Right. Oh, what's your favorite occult belief, Harrison?
Jeez, there's one. I don't know. I feel like there's one that I always have that anytime it comes up, I'm like, yes, this is real AF. Also, that is going to be Tenpai for Eric right now. Damad wants to wait for the Pinfu Ryanmen upgrade. I guess also one away from from
It's,
Isu
yeah.
too, which is a lot of good upgrades there. So I agree with Eric on this Dama. Oh my
Oh,
god, as Blaine finds Tenpai on the 4 mon
3 pin.
Onko draw, it's so lethal. But
Yeah.
3 pin is so bad. I actually 2 in the wall. Oh, the 3/6
Oh,
upgrade. There it is. That's what you're looking for.
draw better tiles, baby.
Simple. Wen Chen sensing something
Simple
comes.
4
as.
Oh, and Stanley deals in. Doesn't
Uh,
know the monster. Deals into the Mongon and completely switched with Blaine. Flip flop.
yeah. And I mean, always feels pretty bad to deal into just a random triplet of Dora in the hand. But East 4, you have your dealership now.
Yeah.
You can make those points back pretty easily.
Yeah, plenty up. You still got a dealership that everybody else had over you, so plenty of time to come back. I mean, not the worst hand to do it with, too. Your meld's already completed, or completed meld in the Monzu. E-Peko chance in Sozu, and if you don't hit the E-Peko, you draw Dora to make it up.
Yeah,
Tanya is going to be rough, but I mean, you're a dealer. Don't take a Pinfu. Eric's hand's not doing too much. Some clunky pairs, a lot of shaping up needed. Playing across, very much of the same, except much better shapes to push the hand with. And a Wenshen on the left. Does have an Itsu. Just looking for Tumon, so a very easy call. Actually, Ishanten too. So this
yeah,
could be a very nasty Itsu Pinfu reach with the right draw.
right. Honestly, you still take the Ricci if you draw the 4 and 7 pin, right? Just wait on that
Yeah,
2 mon.
I think it depends how late it is. I've been reading more up on like win rate versus value theory, and I know that at least with the specific book that I've been reading, it goes through turn 5, then 8, then 12, and for I think for 3 Han you always reach it. Um, but maybe after turn 12 it's worth not reaching. I can't quite remember.
Yeah, I think that guideline
With the
makes
bad
sense.
weight
It's
too. I think with the bad
mhm,
リーチ
weight you kind of just ought to caution, especially with dealer reach on the board now too. That's the thing about the book doesn't talk about. There's so many specific situations that you need to adjust for. And like here you
Hmm.
definitely play for safety just because you have bad weight, dealer reach. But also if you're the
Yeah,
first on the board and you know everybody's going to fold, then of course you just take the reach every time because you know it's so much safer that way.
right.
Got 3-6 for Stanley on just reach pin foo. Doesn't have to be fancy if it gets you a repeat. Tell you what, you are more than fine with this outcome, and everybody is rightfully scared. Rightfully
Yep,
scared under normal hands. Not this one. 2,900, who cares?
right. I think uh Blaine actually has the most reason to push here with the triplet of the Dora sitting in hand.
Oh, yeah, wow, I didn't even notice that triplet door. Actually, a really clunky hand. Because that
Right,
2-2-2-3 is your strongest shape to improve on, but you have three other pairs. Your best hope right now is to go for a San Anko play.
right.
Can't even
And
really go
so
Tanya because you have the 9p pair. Oh, the 9p's are dead too. This is really bad.
yeah, so you're really just looking to draw a 7 mon, 4 mon. But
Oh, man. Why did you
this
drop the
Hatsu is
green?
still alive.
It's
Hatsu is still
live.
alive.
It's
Boom!
once cut. That's you want to know what my occult theory is? Honor theory is always real, or just shoving honors. And it's one of those. It's one of those, right? Where it's 90% of the time you're fine. It's like whatever. But granted, when that 10%, when you roll that bad 10%, you feel that. That hits you like a steamroller every time it happens.
I think I'm
That's
starting to understand why you dealt the so many sushis.
that's my theory. Listen, statistically speaking, I'm fine. It's just true.
Yeah.
But it looks like Blaine's fully out. Abandoning just all hopes. Doesn't like this green at all. Feels something's up. Although is and then sees the second one and goes, man, I'm a fool.
Chi!
Man. Oh, the Winchin. Mine's Senpai.
Yeah, still can't get
Uh,
Tempo.
just a K10.
I mean, hey, points for
Yeah,
Winchin though. Any plus is good. Build that
yeah,
lead. Build your gap. You're not even in the dealer seat right now, so it's nice to pick up a little extra on top. And
yeah. I
oh
mean,
boy,
well,
this
nice
is
complicated Wanzu shape for
nonsense.
Stanley.
O'clock. Oh my
Oh,
god.
well,
Nonsense
splash o'clock.
o'clock. I could see it right away. I was like, this is a hand that is going to lead this, and this is going to be a clip hand. I can just tell. Unless
Yeah, how
5p
do you
is
feel about
drawn here.
oh, if you draw 5P, then you're just
Oh,
sad.
5 p's are all in hand,
Ish.
actually. So it's beneficial for Stanley to just greed Honitsu or Chinitsu
Mm.
here.
So how do you feel about a Chinitsu Toy Toy? Oh,
Oh, totally 100% real. You miss 100% of the Chinitsu toy toys you don't call for.
yeah, you miss 100% of the 5-so triplets you don't keep in hand.
Yeah, that was
Boom!
literally Suanko too, which is
Hmm.
kind of insane. Should have just dropped around
So
Dora. Should have known it was not real to start out with.
true. So true. But around the table, actually, Eric, it's Yishan right now for just a Haku, but wants to utilize the Dora as the source of value in his hand.
Hmm.
So he's gonna hold on to that for a little bit longer.
Yeah, but might just sack it with Tenpai.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you get Senpai, then you're dropping that Dora.
I mean, actually, if you're just on the 7 mon,
Chi!
it's not a great way. You might
Uh,
decide. Oh, that's now. I think you gotta drop Dora.
oh,
What? You don't want to take double pawn outs when you see dealer is never gonna play a Sozu tile in their life?
yeah,
Stanley's
you're
gotta take this. Is this a chi? Right?
She,
It's a chi
トン
or a pawn. Oh, I guess
I,
pawn
C
works.
pawn is a little bit better
トン
Yeah.
because
Because you
you get
get
left with
5, 7,
7, 8,
8.
and 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And now this is
2,
2,
6,
6,
9.
9?
Yep.
Is it
And
2, 5,
Totsu.
6, 9? No, no.
No,
No, no, no.
269.
Just the
Yeah.
Intotsu. Simple, simple and easy. 1, 9 and 2 twos, which actually is a lot better than I thought it was going to be, looking
Yep.
at the situation. Problem is, Tumon is sticking in every hand besides Wenchen's, and Wenchen might just decide to fold.
Ooh, you don't switch here,
There's
do
no
you?
way. No, with 1, 9 left and like both twos, it's too good.
C
Oh, oh.
What is...
Tuso drop is
Oh!
interesting.
Oh! That's actually really smart. I love that play from Eric. It's a wrong play with a good thought. Eric basically sees that this East is super lethal, and Stanley has it, and therefore
Hmm.
sees that it has to be played in the hand, and recognizing that that's a very real possibility. Right idea, wrong player. So it was in this case fine, but that is something good to think about. Decides to cut away
Hmm.
from the pair and aim for a Tonki on the East in order to still have a chance at the hand, and be much, much safer here
Right.
than just dropping this naked East, because something is definitely up with it. Again, ends up being in one Chen's hand that's not even Tenpai yet, but you're looking at Stanley with this Chinitsu or Honitsu with a double East and going, I do not want to pay that Mongon.
Right.
Oh, Wenchen recognizes danger too. Keeps
But
the
I thought you
two
were all about
Mon in
your
the hand.
I thought you were all about your honor theory. Always drop live honor.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying I would have kept it. I'm saying it was a good play recognizing the keep. Oh, this is so
Right.
bad though.
So what
Do
do you
you
drop? You
risk the
drop in one mon.
Manzu or
Do you believe in honor theory? Oh, one mon.
listen? All I'm saying is honor theory. You pay at maximum Mongon. Uh, you drop the wrong Manzu there potentially. It could have. I think it still probably could have been a Nitsu. So you might have paid a Hanemon. So
Hmm.
let's be real here. You know, what would you rather do? Maximum Hanemon or maximum Mongon? Just saying.
Yeah, I would have already folded by then, I think.
Uh, well, we got
But
Stanley
that's
still piling and holding on to dealer, fighting
yep.
strong. Has an E-Peko out on
1600.
6 mon. Some
Yep.
okay shape. Oh, now some great shape. That's a draw you're looking for. Think you
Yeah.
cut 8 pin here? Or just dish the one?
Um, I think once lets you move this towards a Tanya shape so you can call.
Yeah, just can
Might feel more
barely.
incentivized to do that because of the 1600 points in the middle.
Yeah, it's getting up there. It's starting to be where, okay, let's collect the pot. Not worry about
Hmm.
playing this low and slow. Ooh,
Yeah.
but Eric is shaping up nice with a Sanshoku building up. Potential Sanshoku Chanta, too. Could be a
Ooh,
very, very nice hand. Ishanten for that, but with a 4-so drop, would just be taking Sanshoku Nomi. Little bit of a sacrifice. Playing Anko of Hatsu across the table.
C
Not
oh,
quite there.
takes
Yeah, that's good.
takes Tenpai.
ロン
Dang.
Oh, and gets the cheap end, though.
Ooh.
Just Sanshoku. So much going on.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, so the option there is whether you take the 1-4, which is only Chanta on the 1, and then whether you take the East to Shabo if you don't want to take the
Mm.
1-4 so wait. And I think I agree with that. I think you're expecting the 2-so not to really come out before the East. And it's always that thing too where East bricks more hands just because it's harder to use an honor. So even if you're not getting it, you know that
リーチ
anybody who draws one just can't play their hand. But who cares if you're Blaine and you get a Tonki on 9 mon with the
Hmm.
turn 1 Suji trap?
Hmm.
That is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And even, oh, it's Dora too. Hold on. Oh, that's
Yeah.
super interesting. I didn't even notice that. Even throws the second 6 mon saying, hey guys, look, Suji,
リ
don't
ー
look at
チ
the indicator. Don't believe in
Oh,
it.
but
Oh, Stanley chases too.
wow.
Do
Stanley
I
just
like that
chasing on the crunch
Shabo?
on
I don't know if I like that
doesn't.
Shabo. I kind of like throwing the 4P there.
Mm,
Kind of like the
but
Shabo,
Stan.
personally.
Mm, I guess, but maybe thinks the 2P was safer entry because of Davichi
Yeah,
Suchi.
that's true. But if you're going to go into Reach on a bad way, it's like, might as well. I think I might have a
Eh,
better chance with this one. And if you draw around then upgrade like that, you get to just take wind of it.
well, the 3P is now Suji trapped thanks to Blaine's discards with the 6 pin.
It's not Dora.
So,
Wenchen's going to hold her. Wenchen's also full folding, so who cares?
mm-hmm.
How? There's
So,
one 9mon left. And no 3Ps, so hold on.
ooh,
I will say I am 100% checking Dora against Blaine 10 out of 10 times here if it doesn't fit into my hand, like I'm Wenchen. And I'm getting pissed off and being mad the rest of the night when it deals in turn 3
yeah,
with turn 1 Suji.
hey,
That is something that
uh,
I would play into 10 out of 10 times.
mm,
リーチ
Oh my god, Eric gets the
oh,
chase on the San Menchon. Oh,
ドン
and the
oh,
epochs on the Tanya side!
Reach pots both
It
for the
doesn't even
Tanya,
matter. It's a
just
Mongon.
a
I would
instant Mongon.
be so furious if I was playing.
Yeah, in
And you draw
shambles.
3 6 mons just to rub salt in the wound. Oh my god, another San Menchon start. Some pairs for Eric. Good high pie.
Yeah, hey, you can win them all. You know, the
I
wall is
listen.
a
You got the wrong table, Blaine. I would have played it straight up. I would have said I would have Dora theory would have been real for me in the short amount of time it took for it to hit the table.
uh, unlucky.
Yeah,
The
Eric's
wall
got.
gives you a nice turn 3 tempi and then nothing. The wall is stupid like that sometimes.
Hey, the devil wears the coat of the righteous. Am I right?
You quoting scripture at me? Whoa.
With that hand that Blaine had, yeah. Turn 3 Tempai on the Dora Tonki turn 1 Suji into dealing into dealer Mongon. You're definitely not expecting that.
True.
God, but I
Alright.
mean, Blaine dug out a little bit. Hold on. We got 4 pairs and an Anko of the Haku. So could even just play a
Mm-hmm.
San Anko. Dora to pair up too. Looking pretty nice. Although Eric is moving the handle on. Go
Oh!
for it. Go for it. Go for it, Blaine. Yes! Door 2. Even just
Ooh.
a toy here is really nice.
Yeah,
It
I think Toy Toy
is
is good.
Bangan Hanemon if you hit
リーチ
the 2mon. Oh,
Yeah.
that's really scary though. I think 8 so
Ooh.
probably, right?
I mean, I feel like I'm pushing everything here, so it's
ポン
yeah. Two
Yeah,
blockers
8
from the
so
6
first, and then see where it goes. Okay, yeah. You
Oh!
just shove 5. If it works, it works. Yeah.
Walker
Okay.
real.
Okay. A. No, there's
Walker
no 9s or
Yishan 10.
7s. Oh my god. Stanley is Ishan 10 on Toy Toy 2 across the table.
Ooh.
On the 3mon that Blaine has to push. Oh, but there's 8 9 too. Oh, 8's dead
Do
though.
6 bomb first.
Just a
Alright, here
9.
we go.
Oh, you gotta shove that 3 out. You gotta get the 3 out.
He punched his 2 pin.
I
Oh!
you gotta
Here it
take
is,
that.
Toy
It's on
Toy.
him on. Yeah, you just take it.
ポン
Soccer Toy Toy Dora
The
3.
Suanko feels nice, but that's too good.
ポン
Yeah. Also,
Oh,
it's
but
like,
yeah, set Stanley up for Tenpai, but it's one Ninemon versus four. It's one versus four.
ooh, but the 7 pin gets drawn by Eric for sure, right?
Oh, it
Nope,
gets
there's one
drawn
7
by
pin.
Wenchen. There's 1-7 out. Yeah, I keep forgetting that Eric's in Tenpai on the 7 pin.
Yeah. Well, I think this 9 pin is gonna come out.
I mean, there's two nines, and it's unplayable for Stanley, and I guess Wenchen's folding, so.
There it is.
ドン
Oh! And a little bit of
Oh,
justice. Direct
justice.
trade.
And
Hey, get playing girls. Give me that 300 points.
hey, this is the art of the deal. Blaine actually ends up
Plus
making an extra
300. Yeah,
1,300.
the life of the hustle. And gets
Uh,
Eric off dealer. Look at that. The 30 Fu Nomi over two hands.
wheeling and dealing.
Oh man,
Wheeling and dealing, baby.
that is funny. And then just garbage high pie. I could,
Yeah.
you could
Uh,
call
I mean,
Itsu.
Itsu Dream.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, I
oh, calling for Itsu.
it's so
That's a little
here's the thing.
ポン
questionable.
I mean, the way I love to look at hands like this, especially with like specifically Itsu and Sanchoku, where it's that three meld block shapes, is if I need three tiles at most
ポン
between at least more than one shape, then I'll do it, right? If I either need
Mm,
two in one and one in another, that one not as much, but if I need one for each of them, I'm expecting one to get dropped, me to draw one, and then I'm Tenpai on the last. And that's normally good enough for me. Normally I'll run that game.
mm,
But Eric
yeah.
is looking to throw a brick in that by being just Tenpai on the 3 so turn 4.
Cool. A three. Sanzo cult believer.
Yeah,
Sanzo cultist.
Sanso. Listen, Sanso cultists love Sanso till all of a sudden it don't fit in their hand shape. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. But the
Does
real
it?
question will be if Eric draws to pay, which one?
That's a good point. It's once cut. Oh, it's hell wait pay. Ain't no way. Oh, should have waited on the 4. Not worth
Should
the
wait on the four.
points. Not worth the points.
Mm,
Blaine has been like kind of dancing around, shaping up this hand too. Just needs one so now, which is 2 out, so there's still 2 left for that confirmed Itsu.
hmm
Gets to drop 8 so too, it's not the worst. Might even just do it here.
Oh, chooses instead.
Plays Genbutsu 8,
Doesn't
it's
want the
fair.
Ryokan.
I mean, you're seeing 2
Yeah.
calls too from Eric, so you're a little scared. Although I think with where you're at, especially in the season, you're just like, I'll shove. If you got me, you
Yeah.
got me. I need some stuff to start happening.
Ooh. Cutting away from the pin shape entirely now.
That I don't like that.
チ
Ugh. And now is this even
7 so.
7 so Penchon basically?
Itsu Dora is the. Does this improve it?
You can drop 8 for an Intotsu. You don't win on 3, but you do win on 1 peen. Last one and
リー
last
チ
6.
Right. But Winshen finds Tenpai 5 pin, 9 pin. Found
9
pin.
pin. Oh, that 9 pin's Kabe too. That cannot be used by
Yeah.
anybody.
Then
Tsumo
9 pin's smaller if
Oh,
anyone draws it.
Blaine,
But
some justice. Gets Itsudora
Tsumo.
1. Gets to dig out, and all of a sudden, could be the start of a miracle. Not the worst high pie either, and there it is again, that 3 away Itsu. One split between
Mm,
each shape. Again, not great, but if you can get a call early, you can run with it.
hey, true, true.
Although Wenchen, oh my god, Wenchen's got such a greasy little hand on the right. Haku pair, Anko of the 8 peen, pair of Tuso, pair of 1 mon. One mon is the door indicator, so there's one less to work with. But if I'm Wenchen, I'm saying it's Toy Toy City.
Mm,
Running with it. Oh, didn't trust the pay. What a shame. That would have gone hard in the end. Across the way, Stanley, not too much going on, just kind of shaping up. Maybe hoping to just get a little nice pinfu. Get the game progressing along, especially as fourth seat dealer. And Eric
mm,
is Ishanten? Oh, Ishanten on potentially a Hatsu Shabo. That would be
right.
very nice. As Winston
Or just
draws
calls the hot.
another pair.
Yeah, just calls the Hatsu that comes out though.
Oh
If it
yeah,
is.
easy.
Yeah.
You have two more hands after that to try to get above 30 and get something that matters.
Right.
Ah, that's such a
Oh,
bittersweet
well,
reach.
yeah,
I
but
don't
you
even
just
know if I
take it.
want that. I might greed, I might
Uh,
Tonki. Yo.
okay. Chooses the Dama,
Home.
wants the Hatsu.
I like it. I mean, if you hit like 5 2, then you get a Nobeton chip. Extra wide Nobeton chip at that.
Mm,
It's like pretty decent.
yeah. I would have just turned my brain off and recheat that. I think it's
Oh,
you're
Eric
Each.
up.
doesn't even try to drop double Hatsu to upgrade to a Tanya there. Oh, I guess you're free 10 on
Well,
the 9.
Home.
Yeah, and 2 again. Yakuless. Oh, and this Haku's
Each.
gonna deal in.
Done.
Yep, chases,
Sumagiri
ends up
reach
dealing into
goes in.
Winston. The Toy
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 Haku.
Haku.
And Blaine's dealership
Ah,
ends, and Wenshen's trying to run away. This is looking like Wenshen getting the promotion.
yep. This hand blocks her.
His
I
hand
mean,
is terrible, but I mean, you're up a lot. You really just want to make sure Blaine doesn't pass you, so I don't even hate just saying, you know what, let's go for Kokushi. Second, I think someone may even be possible to be in Tenpai, I'll just fold out.
uh, I mean, I think this hand is more workable than because the non-honor tile blocks are already pretty good,
I mean,
and you have
yeah,
Dora,
but
so you can.
I think playing safety for the first might be the schmoove, the money
Mm,
schmoove. And then if I hit an off Kokushi, it's sick AF, and I'm that guy. That's my personal philosophy. Might end up paying off though, because Blaine's getting awfully close to Tenpai. Not too much value within that Tenpai, but is on a 9-peen North Shabo from the looks of it. Especially on a North dealing would be quite a little bit. Stanley on the right, still trying to get to Tenpai. Very weird hand. You got like 4 pairs, you got an
mm,
Anko, a bunch of Conchons that are all kind of ugly. Very
yeah, it's
awkward.
really weird. Weird too, Shanten. It's like hedging everything pretty much because you can get Chitoy. You're like two Shanten for Chitoy. You can maybe work your way towards 678 Sanshikuo, but it's
Yeah.
still pretty far away.
Yeah, you'd have to draw like
Uh,
5 so, and then drop like a 6, I think.
yeah. At the end of
Something
the day,
pretty
you're just
nonsense.
Each.
yeah.
Probably just calling
At
to
the end of the day, you're just
progress.
hoping to fill it. Yeah, you just have to fill
Oh
in a lot of different
no.
shapes.
Eric's about to throw this north. Oh no.
Yeah.
Eric's definitely throwing this north. And that's that 10% of honor
Right.
theory, baby. Live or die by it.
Maybe throws the 5 mon
Don't.
Nah.
first. Oh,
No,
never
you
mind.
you want E2 there. Yeah. You're just ripping it. And then you go,
Retreat
man,
Atsupe.
how unlucky for me.
Yeah,
Again,
Blaine.
that's that 10%. Live or die by it. When you get hit, it hurts. But man, when it misses, is it sweet?
I'm starting to think honor theory may have some holes in it. I'm not sure.
Don't worry about this. Okay. Skewed recency bias. It's skewed data. You gotta trust me. I'm Mr. B2.
Oh,
You can trust Mr. B2. I promise. Ooh.
I would trust Mr. B2 if B2 didn't take me into a back alley and steal all my points last session, you know?
Listen, Mr. B2 is scary now. Mr. B2 got stat play. It's been looking at stat play and statistics. It's the one thing I was missing. I played off the
Wow.
spine. Now I'm playing with the fake numbers that we made up from looking at Ho-Oh games too. Lethal.
Oh my God, Mr. B2 armed with data gonna have
That's the
me
secret. That's how you
shivering in
evolve
my
into
boots.
Mr. B1. That's the skill tree formation. But Stanley,
Memorized
eh.
it, memorized the push fold table. Suddenly got me quivering in my boots. No way.
Stanley has got a high buy. I mean, we're at the end
Yeah,
of the first row now. A lot of ugly conchons. It's gonna be hard to get first to post, but luckily everybody else is kind of drawn dead right now. Eric is still pretty far away, maybe even just looking at a Honitsu to try to gain some value, so taking longer. Blaine isn't really able to do much right now, inching towards Tempai, but needs a little bit more value to try to get the first. Blaine really needs, and Wenchen, I think just gonna opt more towards safety over everything, but could get a quick Tempai reach even if the end weight's a Kanchan.
C.
yeah. I think Stanley does have some opportunities for value here. Can get the 567 Sanshoku.
Yeah,
And now has the 5667 shape, can get Ipeco. Uh, if we're really memeing it up, could have has like a really far chance at round Peiko. But
yeah,
with that force of draw, I think this is more standard, Pinfu shape.
yeah. Take your Pinfu, maybe try to greed for like a again that 567 Sanchoku you were talking about. Um,
Hmm.
really interesting with that Forso pair. Now there's an argument, especially if you're playing 567 Sanchoku, if there's a hand shape that makes you want to drop double 9 Mon to add Tanyao. Especially if it
Mm,
starts, especially because it's getting kind of late and the 9 Mon looks pretty safe and it gives you call outs. Don't know if that'll happen though.
right. And I think with this force of draw, you
Ooh,
should play
you
it
that
straight.
might be double 9 Mon.
Yeah.
I think double 9 Mon, if you were gonna ever do it, it was there.
Mm,
Because you can now play 4 as a pair, potentially pawn it if it gets too late, and still have plenty of shape. I don't think you go back a
right.
Shanten on the 9 Mon. No, you do. You go back one Shanten.
Uh, yeah. I think just now, given how late,
You're not late. You
given
kind of
how
just need
late
to take the
the
Ishan.
it's hard to justify going backwards.
Yeah. I mean, you do
But
technically still have a winning route too with 567 Sanchoku, even if you got to open for it.
mm,
Not great, but something. Although this could
I
just go
mean,
to no 10 Ryukoku for everybody. Oh, never mind. Winchin just got Tenpai.
yep. Waiting on the
Definitely
six pin
not reaching
number.
that on the 6 pin.
Yeah, just playing for the K10.
Too risky. Not worth.
Uh, and Eric has
Pump.
just been trying to find Tenpai with his Honitsu. Make that Shinitsu, actually.
Yeah, just going for something crazy at the buzzer beater to try to pass up. Hit that Mongon
Yeah.
one way or another. Was greeting Dora to do it. Didn't hit it. Is that. No, it's not Tenpai.
No, no Tenpai. But,
Stanley
no.
bails from the looks of it, right?
Yeah, not willing to deal into the last place
Tsumo.
Shinitsu.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh,
And Wenchen sneaks in, salt in the wound.
the
But
sumo.
great for Wenchen. At
Yeah,
plus 27, they're cooking now. I mean, that puts them almost in that fifth promotion spot. Again, does slot you over Christine, which will help in terms of your standings.
yep. And Eric. taking. So Wenchen with that nice plus 27, moving. Oh, actually moves straight into that promotion spot because Via is actually playing games right
Oh,
now.
wow, yeah, and Viet took a major hit. Minus 21 must have been I guess a decent fourth. It's like a minus 18 or an 18K fourth, I think. Something like that.
Uh, yeah, something along those lines. So Wenchen actually with that win moves up into the
The
guaranteed promotion
guaranteed
spot.
six. Yep.
Yep, is actually 3 points behind Eric now, so may actually be able to find some additional safety in the promo zone over these next two games. Stanley, still in that second place, getting a little bit farther from first place. If that was the goal, wanted to be the other Mr. B2.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ah, man.
Blaine with that second place plus 10.2. Still deep in demotion, but slowly working and towards some more positive scores. Uh, and let's see if they start
Now
the
as we
game.
go to these, yeah. So I think Stanley's table is done, but we talked about him. We got Viets. We got more B2 action. It looks like I think this table with Viet, Quinn. Oh my God, I'm gonna remember Chef Alon. I'll figure out the names eventually.
It's
Viet, Quinn, Melissa, and Jake. It was Jake. Dang it. It's what my gut said, but I didn't see it in the list of names. So I was like, maybe Jake's not in this league. But they are going to be starting in just a second here, in about 2 minutes. And I believe this is going to be our last game of the night, if I'm not mistaken. Forgive us while we update all this info on screen. Might be a little late than game start, but that's all right, you know. Still the B2 league, so we can at least talk about where these players are, even if the names aren't highlighted.
right. So Via, as we said, started this series in promotion zone. It has just been edged out by Wenxian for the time being. So in this game, looking to get back up. Melissa is one of it's the last positive score in B2, plus 22.4. Wants to slowly uh, make her way back up into contention for promotion and just wants to get as many positive scores as possible. Stay positive. Let's see. Quinn,
Quinn is. I thought I saw. Oh, Quinn
I
must
think
be. No, not in 24th.
I
Where is it
think
going?
Quinn was in demotion,
Yeah, Quinn minus
if I remember.
152. So
All right.
Quinn pretty far down. Kind of in the same situation Blaine was at. Just
Yep.
very far down. Needs to have a very good first to catch up. And then who's the last one you didn't
Jake
talk about?
is
Jake. Middle of the line.
on
Again,
the
though,
cusp.
depending on how promotions go, how people do, you might just need to be positive here in order
Yeah, so
to get whatever you need.
mhm. So Jake's big goal is to make it to a positive score. Uh, or, alternatively play for that Saki award plus minus 0 at the end of the season.
I always forget that's what the Saki Award is. I always want to think it's like whoever does the most nonsensical, insane play that works, or like some crazy Rinchon. But I guess that's probably more aligned to the Akagi Award
Mm,
for most insane, psychotic play that somehow works out.
uh, or, I mean, if anyone has suggestions for a new award, maybe we can get a best clip of the year award or
That would
best
be
clip of the
fun.
season.
リーチ
We get some pretty crazy clips in there. Uh,
Ooh. But we are going to see an early reach. Melissa already in Tenpai on the Itsu. Just 5 so.
Hmm.
Bad weight, but I mean, hey, by the book. That's what you're supposed to do. Higher win
Yeah.
rate in Ho-Oh rooms. Are we in Ho-Oh? No. Kind of. Viet's on Viet's on the table. Hold on.
I mean, we got one
maybe cook
Ho-Oh.
it.
Yep. It'll just be a matter of whether Viet elevates the table to a Ho-Oh table or if everyone else drags it down to JQ, I
Yeah.
guess.
Now let me see what's going down. Whatever the
But
average is.
Akanashi, very different meta from the usual ladder meta with Akari.
Yeah, with
So
no fourth avoidance and three more, or with fourth avoidance being the main thing and three more Dora, it is very different play. So I imagine 5-so is just gonna have to get pretty much sumoed by Melissa, unless like 2-8-so hits the board. But even then, it's probably a stretch at that point.
1、
Ooh, Quinn
4、
opens up, tries to play a little bit aggressive, challenge the reach, but ends up dealing right in. Ah, Melissa hits the big early Mongon.
oof.
Quinn dropping even further below. Oh no.
And a big start to the game for Melissa with that Mongon. But
Yeah,
still plenty of game left.
Quinn does open up Ishanten, unless I don't know how to read hands, which I don't think I do. I think this is Ryan Shanten. Yeah, Ryan Shanten. But I mean, the shape's good. Have a Ryoncon and a Kanchan and the Manzu. Have a Ryounmen in the Sozu as well as like a connector. Um, if you want to get fancy, try to play like an Itsu there, or maybe even change your Tonki if you draw a Dora. Melissa on the right, not too much going on, just shaping. Jake across, some pretty alright shape. Maybe looking 2-3-4 Sanchoku for a bit of value. But just doing some shape and big 3-mon hit there. And Viet on the left, just shaping up. Playing that good old Pinfu Door 1 grind, you know? A nice, honest Pinfu Door 1, nothing more.
Love to see it.
Ooh, Ishan 10 just gotten for Quinn, too. Drops the 5-so there, which is probably the correct play. Yeah, I think that's correct. I was thinking you drop 1 mon and build in the guaranteed Tanya, but I think that's wrong. Like here, I think you just throw a 6-mon back. Or no, yeah, 8-mon. That's right. Never mind, never mind, never mind. God, so many clunky, ugly pairs getting drawn for Quinn. You know, funny enough,
1、
in Ho-Oh, Furry Ten San Menchan is the same chance to win as Bad Weight, Reach, aka Kanchan and Penchan or Shabo.
So, yeah,
So not
does
too bad if you draw like 2-mon there, even dropping the 1-mon.
right, but does end up finding the non-furry 10 weight.
Yeah, Viet just gonna reach 2-5-mon. Simple, easy, reach pin food door 1. Honest day's work, and Quinn keeps drawing these clunky, ugly pairs. Decides to cut from the 2s, I like it. Relatively safer. Looks a lot better.
Yep. Still preserves the
リー
opportunity
チ、
to find Tenpai.
Ooh, and does
And
get it. Might even be able to sneak like a 1-so here, too.
because now one so is one chance with the 3-2 so having come out.
Yeah, and there's already 1 on the board. Problem is that Melissa has 2 in their hand. Although, could end up flowing out for safety. Very, very possible. Oh, and this 4-1 is just looking even worse and worse. That's the last 4-so out. Still 1-1-so to be drawn. It does look pretty decent on the table because it would be a little psychotic to cut 2-3 and then wait on a 1-so.
Tsumo.
Ah, but Viet digs out. Much better weight of 2-5, many more tiles, and hits the big Ura from 54 to 8k. Picks up both reach stakes and another big hit just from dealer payment. Ah. Big hand coming from Melissa to start out. Not the double Yakuhai, because the South is not prominent as of this moment. But does have the Hatsu. Nowhere to still call quick hands. Just call and run it. No Dora, but again, a repeat's a repeat. On the right, Jake not doing too much. Again, shaping up. Bit by bit. Viet across. Nothing much. Shaping up. Could potentially look at it like an E2 with a 2-pin draw early enough, maybe even a 1-pin. Not quite there though. And Quinn's, nothing. Quinn's still struggling this game. Melissa is going to find the quick Yakuhai and then decides whether she wants to take the Honitsu or not. Does just shove. Decides, hey, if I'm going to get points, might as well get a little bit more on top. I got good shape to do it. I got the South to trip people up and call. I'm all in on Honitsu City.
Yeah, and I think I would probably make the same play here. Um,
I think it's reasonable. The shape's so good too. Like you
yeah,
have Itsu too that you can get to get you to the Mangan. It's pretty nice here.
right.
Ooh, double two-so though.
Mm,
Wrenched in it, but yeah. She can miss. Just says, don't need it. I'm going all out. These Souths are going to be pretty much useless to everybody else, so either you break your hand or you deal them into me, and then I'm in a nice Ishanten. Or a nice Tempai, hopefully, by the time that happens. Oh, even waits for the con. Beautiful play going on. Again, you want to commit the con, you want the draw, you don't want to give somebody double or a bunch of Dora to somebody else. Importantly, there are still 2 Haku to hit the board, so your chances at getting Dora Bomb from it are probably reasonable enough for most scenarios. But not going to take it. Wow, doesn't even want to drop Nine on there. I don't know if I get that. I think I definitely would have kept 9-mon, or I would have thrown 9-mon there. Kept the Hatsu in case I want to take it next hand. Or excuse me, in case I want to con like next turn or something. And then when, Viet reaches, I just drop the Hatsu back down. But it is what it
yeah.
is.
I think the nine mon over the Hatsu initially made more sense, just because Hatsu is arguably safer than nine mon to hold anyway.
Yeah,
And
especially when you're not calling the 4-5-6 Tanya, or excuse me, the 4-5-6 Kitsu there. I think it kind of loses its allure to keep 9-mon.
right.
If you call the 4-5-6 there, yeah, I get keeping the 9-mon, but still having the Ryanmen to fall back on. That makes sense, but there, what's the point? Now we got Jake driving. Just Getting rid of junk, taking out the trash. See you at the end of row 1. Viet coming strong. San Menshan filled in. Ishanten already. Or no, not Ryan Shanten. Headless Ryan Shanten, but a ton to get. Could potentially even turn into like an Itsu force on a Nobeton end weight. Or just an Itsu weight. Could even be an Itsu Pinfu. That'd be real nasty. Dora as well. Quinn across table. Shaping up, looking like a Tanyo. Nice, simple. Cheap, but fine. And then Melissa, very interesting tiles. Hits a big fill in there too. Fixes that Kanchan, Penchan shape. And is now Ishanten. Anko of the Hatsu as well. That is going to be Tenpai and is just going to take the Ryanman 2-5. Makes sense. High win rate, gets you points. Anko of the Hatsu too. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Not hating on that whatsoever.
Yeah.
Jake is now pushed off effectively too with this 8 so drawn. Doesn't even want to risk stealing in Dora.
Yeah, Jake doesn't have much to fight for with this hand, and I think folding makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you really want to keep your dealership, but also it's a hard sell with what you got in front of you. You
Right.
do still have some safe tiles, like you can drop 9p, you can drop the East. See if you can work around it, make it work, but it's tough. Kind of just
Yeah.
relies on pairing up the 8, I think.
hmm But Quinn does have pretty interesting route to Tenpai. Holding all of the Tumon now, but still needs to find a head for this hand. So the question
Uh,
becomes, do you push the Tumon if you find Tenpai with a
I
if you need a
mean,
pair?
could just be you could just play it as a San Menchan too.
Oh, well, here's the question. Do you like
Uh,
3-so or do you like the Tonki?
リーチ
You like
Boom.
3-so.
I think he might just take the Tonki there. Just drop like 2 so there.
Yeah.
Back it would have dealt in, I guess, but maybe it looks a
hmm
little bit better, and then you get any Tonki option you want.
Right. I think that's a hard question to answer, like in the spur of the moment.
No, in
I
the
think I
spur of
could
the
see an
moment,
arc.
I have a million things going down. I don't know if I would have reached back even with 2 other reaches
Pump.
just on the bad weight.
Yeah.
Kanchan, if it was a round man, I would have just shoved straight up, no thought. Heck yeah, I'll send it. If I deal in, I deal in. But on the Kanchan, I think it's worth maybe waiting to upgrade, seeing if you can get away with just cheeky little Dama to stop the other reaches. If you draw something
Mhm.
really bad, then you can still fold out.
Yeah. I think if you asked me like a few weeks ago, I might have just read you that and dealt in the same way. But I think given I forgot how late that Tenpai was found, but I felt like it was pretty late in the hand,
It
so
was it
you
was
could
like
have just
end of
Damaed.
second row, so
Okay, yeah.
or
So I
middle to
feel like
end. It's
it does
getting
make
there.
sense to just like Dama and try to find a better way at least
Yeah.
before you commit to Ricci.
Now Viet in the driver's seat, not too much going on. But when you're up, well, I was gonna say when you're up doesn't matter, but Melissa actually very steady on the tail. Melissa only down by 1K right now, little over 1K, 1300. But who's really counting? It's just 40 fu away, which Melissa might even go beyond right now. West dropped, and she'll call it almost definitely. Gets the double Yaku high. We got Quinn on the right, not doing too much, shaping up. Could potentially look at moving towards Chinitsu. Not a terrible hand to do it. Not a great one, but I mean better than most. And Jake on the left, shaping up. Already East
Pump.
Shanten has 4 pairs. Ooh, and has the Anko for Tenpai, but do you take
Each.
it? and does. Takes 2p North Shabo, a very nasty little weight, as Melissa gets the pawn of the West.
I think this
Melissa
is
even
the
plays Genbutsu there. Interesting. Doesn't even want to risk the white. Oh, it is Dora.
mm,
Yeah.
the Dora is a little bit,
Yeah, you want to play that for the head too. I get that with the Genbutsu now. That makes sense.
yeah. Surely honor theory doesn't say you push the Dora once cut Haku on a
10%
Ipasa
is
turn, right?
10%. 10% is 10%.
10% is
Listen, 10% is 10%. If you get smacked, you get smacked. That's reaching
Hey,
book one, baby. 10%. Listen, you're the one who decides how good you feel about that roll.
that is true.
Oh, Viet, one of the more seasoned players, draws the North. Most players might just think, you know what, North, probably not doing much. But Viet, being a little bit more seasoned, might notice, naked tile. I guess you still have Melissa on the table, too. That North does look
Mm,
really bad against.
right.
If Melissa's not on the
Okay, so
table, then it's a little bit more interesting whether Viet decides to hold or not. But with Melissa, I think the North's, it's a hard sell.
Dong.
yeah. Well, two point ends up coming out
Quinn
and
deals on the
deals
cheap
in
side.
cheaply.
Yeah, 1300. You don't like it, but I mean, you still got a dealership, so not the end of the world. A little bit of time, you can. It's not really much in the grand scheme of things. And Jake's turn to open up super quick as Quinn has two Dora, but it's kind of stalled out in hand shape and speed. Jake is opened up for a very quick Honitsu. Fully commits with the pawn of the east, has a good hold and discipline,
Pump.
not calling there, and now gets the 9-6 peen weight, or 9-6 so weight, excuse me, on the, is that 3900 still with the foo? Is that 4-4, right? Or is that not 4-4? Yeah, that's 4-4 foo, right? Ooh, now switches to 5-8. Oh, and it
Dong.
immediately comes out. Quinn just unlucky there. Very quick. And it was not enough foo. It was 4-4. I was right. So just 39. Jake inches closer. Makes it a little bit easier to get above 30k. And Quinn is just taking a beating here. Very, very hard scenario to dig out of when you just keep drawing unsafe tiles that deal in. And it's like every single, just so much lethality every hand that you have to figure out how to play around.
Right. And it's especially difficult when you consider like your overall standings too, because you feel a little bit more pressure to just push every hand in an
Yeah,
attempt
need
to get
points and
out.
do it.
Hmm.
It definitely feels like that's the right play, but I feel like the more I play in this league and the more I see people play like that later in the session and the more points I take from them, I'm like, you know what? Maybe you just got to do it low and slow. Maybe what's more important is not just pushing for that giant big hand and hoping you hit right away or always hit that swing. Maybe just creating friction on the table is the first step.
Mm.
Melissa is no, Brown Shanten. Some great shape though. Hoping to end up on
Okay.
probably an Entos. Shake on the right has 5 pairs, so is Ishanten. But who cares about Chitoy? Don't need it. Don't care, don't need. Might even drop 6p. Oh, plays a hand normally. Doesn't even want to entertain Ryan for the weekend. Not a guest in that house. Yet across, not doing too much either. Looking to just hit Tempai. Ishan 10
Mm.
now as well. Might end up on an ugly Shabo, but some good round men upgrades from that shape. So those are round count to figure out as well. Quinn on the left, not too much. Business as normal, another Ishan 10 on the board. Everybody
Mhm.
looking one away at the moment in varying degrees of good or badness.
Home.
Melissa is going to take the pawn for Tenpai. Just take that reroll on the dealership. 417 is the weight. Might even potentially see a con. Nope, never mind. Formon's already hit the table. Not
Yeah.
today. I mean, I guess you could draw the last 8. I'd probably still on-con that in almost every situation. Unless a reach comes out. Or I might still on-con it. Or not on-con. Is that on-con? No.
If you if you call it
What's
from the
the...
table,
Yeah, what's the one where you call pawn and then add it?
that's a kakang.
Kakan, yeah. I might
Mhm.
Kakan still if someone calls reach, just forgetting that that what a Chan Khan is a Yaku.
Mhm.
I mean, it's so rare, right? Like, what are the odds? It's like it's honor theory, you know. It's 10%. What are the odds? Statistically speaking, it's just good to push it.
I feel like you can add statistically speaking in front of a lot of statements, and it'll sound more reasonable, but it's
Your Honor, my source is that politicians make a lot of money, and that's all they do all day. So,
mm,
someone,
mm,
listen, it just works. We are going to see Viet get Tenpai too, but very late in the hand. Doesn't really want to be too aggressive and do a reach, try to push people off. Donate a
yeah,
stick. Just wants to have flexibility to try to avoid danger and,
G.
yeah,
potentially Dama on somebody. But importantly, wow, recognizes, I guess just
the
plays the 3
danger.
peen for more
C.
safety against the dealer and works out, avoids a dealing.
The 4 pin just looks fairly bad on the board
Yeah,
anyway.
Pinsu's really tough in general, especially with it not being safe to dealer. Might as well just do the
Mhm.
3 peen, especially because you're probably giving up on winning.
Right.
And then 2
I mean,
peen,
we
you're
still
like,
maintain.
one chance, probably fine.
Yeah. 2 pin also Genbutsu to dealer, so it doesn't feel as bad.
And as long as Melissa pushes 6-0, everybody, Tenpai.
Ooh.
Wash. Homba stick on the board, run it again. Ooh, much worse hand this time, though.
Mm, I mean, you have all your blocks, you just need to fill in around them.
I mean, you just simply have to hit an Onko. Simple as.
As simple as.
Although I think Melissa kind of likes to play bold in general, so I wouldn't be surprised if a Honitsu shift kind of starts working itself here.
Mm,
I
yeah,
mean, if you drop double one and keep drawing Manzu, you might just say screw it, drop 3-4 too. Especially if you draw like
right.
a Dora and want to force it. It's not a terrible idea. Only problem
Yeah.
being that Viet across table has even more Manzu than you.
hmm And I think like you
Uh,
have 3 pairs right now, so you want to drop away from one
double
of the pairs
eight.
anyway.
Yeah, and you do double eight. One pin north is
Double
so
ace.
nasty. Not worth anything,
Yeah, just
but
jump up.
hey, points on the table.
A dealer, just get that win rate,
Oh
get that
my
continuance.
god, Viet is Mochi Mochi on the north. That's so funny.
G.
Ooh,
Uh, oh, that's really funny. I mean, hey, Viet might just go away from it. Might say, it's probably safe. Safer than anything else I got
looks.
in the hand if Melissa reaches.
hmm It looks like Quinn may also be aiming for
Ah, it looks like
full
he
C.
may
flush in the
too.
bamboo. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
Do you
take
call
it.
this?
G.
Yeah, you call
Yeah,
this.
on the 7-8, yep, cutting away from the 3-4. We're committed.
Each.
Looking for that 405. Oh, wow, and actually hits Anko the 1P.
hmm
So now
And
those Norths
now,
become safe, and Viet is locked out of
yeah,
getting that possible Toy Toy Honitsu.
three
Or
mon, one
technically
three
not
mon
locked
left,
out.
and
Oh, wait, no, never mind. It's not Toy Toy. It was a Chi Open. Whoops.
mm, well, it's one
Hee
three
hee.
mon, one 6 mon left in the wall. Reaching not as good as it may
I
initially
mean,
look.
you see 2 3 mons hit the board, and you're like, it's probably. Or you
Yeah,
see
I
two
mean, if
threes and a six, so it's like,
hmm
that's 3 out of 5, and that's assuming no one else is playing them. You're looking at Quinn clearly playing, or most likely playing a Honitsu or Chinitsu with drops like that.
right,
So you're like,
well,
might as well force something out, try and push. Quinn is tempai on that 3-so too. Doesn't want to hell wait
hmm
on the 1-so. Wants to just play the safe Gambutsu.
Ooh, Via is also Tenpai. Has
Five
drawn the
stuff.
6 mon, can switch off to Ryanman, and does.
Does hoping to get that north, that won't come. And 6-mon is completely dead, so. Oh, the whole
3 mon
weight's
is
dead.
also
Melissa
dead.
can't win unless somebody drops. Which I guess if
Yeah,
Jake. 3-mon's the Tempai drop tile. Quinn's debating on whether to take this. I think the answer is probably no. There's just too many good upgrades to get.
yeah.
I might drop
The funny
3-so
play,
here. Tonki on
the
the 2
funny play is
instead.
to chi that 8-so and then wait on 8-so again as the Tonki. But
You couldn't do that, could you? Oh yeah, you could. That would be funny. That would get me.
I
I'd be
mean,
like, hey, you just took one. Odds are you don't need the second.
ooh, Quinn switched off the 3-so to 2-so Tonki, and then Via immediately played the 3-so. It was a little bad.
I mean, yeah, but you're also probably assuming that like someone that might have only gotten played because you dropped it and proved it on the table.
Right, right.
Although I will
This,
say I missed the 2-2-sos that were earlier discarded. I only saw one, so I think I might have still kept with 3-so in this
mm,
scenario. Drop the 2, opting for more safety.
and Yukaku.
Jake plays big. 1 KL.
1 KO. No. 1600 in the middle. Dealer, yet another hand with 3 pairs, but you have most of your blocks. You have 4 of your blocks. You can find a good hand, hopefully. To the right, Jake. 4 pairs, but your blocks are actually pretty reasonable just without playing Cheetoy, so
Yeah.
probably gonna, or not, decides to keep this card away from the 6-7 pin Yuganmin
Home.
to, I guess, aim for Sanako is my best guess.
For
Jake. Jake,
oh,
to the right.
yeah, probably. I don't hate it.
Yeah. I think otherwise it's, I mean, in terms of value, it's just going to be Richinomi if you just play it
Could
normally,
be,
probably.
yeah, it could
Uh,
also be Tanya, I guess. If you cut
mm,
double nine, double.
double
Ooh,
nine on.
excuse me. Yeah, double nine instead. But
Mhm.
I mean, yeah. If you draw now, the question is, you draw another 3-mon here. Do you just kill double nine? You kind of have to at that point, right?
I mean, you could just play cheat for, I guess.
Yeah, but you gotta cut from your Anko, and then if another Dora comes, you just gotta watch it pass by, and it's like,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I think Tanya does make sense though, you're right. But some people might choose to just play the T-Toy out.
yeah. I mean, especially with the Dora
Uh,
too, you want to pick a more aggressive option that has a better win rate, I'd imagine.
hmm Or like being able to call when you have Dora in your hand is nice, for sure. Via across the way is Ishan 10, is a very, uh, pretty
Son
normal hand.
Minchon, and then
Sunmanchan with the
nasty
Dora,
Shabo. Yeah.
yeah, and can call for Hatsu too.
Quinn on the left is Ishanten, Aneho Nitsu. Was looking like Shinitsu. And I think if I'm Quinn, I'm reading for Chinitsu Hanemon here.
Mm,
And just saying, screw double red, don't need it.
Yeah.
But
The wait is a little bit sad because you've called your 6 mon, so your 7-8 is a little bit worse.
yeah, but also you see two other eights, so you figure nine's probably not doing too much in other hands.
Right.
リーチ
Oh, and here's the
Uh,
Ricci
both nine piece
putting
are
a
dead
9 pin.
though, so we're just waiting on Hatsu.
Hmm.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
oh.
good dodge.
Jake playing smart. Especially
Quinn
when
finds
Quinn kind
Chin.
of sabotaging the entire
リ
hand
ーチ
or the entire table by playing these Chinitsus or Honitsus, and everybody else backing away because of that, and actually having people avoid other dealings they would have made by playing those styles.
ツモ
Oh, but if you just draw those. Tsumo for the extra Han too. Guaranteed Mon gone. See you later. Viet's stomping.
Yep. Yeah, making up for the results of the first game, determined to run away with it this time.
Yep, jumping way back up.
And we move into all last. Jake, our last dealer, hoping to make a big run to at least get back above 30k.
Mm-hmm.
And this hand is fairly reasonable. You can play pretty normal Pinfu hand, hopefully. Incorporate a Dora. To our right, Viet has a much worse hand. Yeah, you have three pairs, and you gotta fill in a couple of conchons and find some more shapes to work with. But now
Yeah.
you're up to 4 pairs. Uh, may be able to play Chitoy, but it's still hard to say what the hand's gonna become. Across the way, Quinn, who's in search of value, wants to keep Jake below 30k if possible, save 5 UMA points. Uh, may just look to play this hand as standard as possible. And is already Ishan's hand as well. Yeah,
ポン
incorporating the Dora.
Mm-hmm.
Then Melissa calls the Hatsu,
Yeah,
and
just looking to stay above
no.
30 for sure.
Mhm.
Try and
And is
increase position.
and
Ishanten.
Ishanten decides to discard to 6 mon instead of the 7 pin. I think I would have discarded the 7 pin, kept a 6 mon and 3 so as my floaters.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that does give you probably maximum chance of Ryanmans.
Right.
Doesn't give you quite the pawn options that like 7 so does, but either way it works
Mm,
out. You would have ended up in the same place.
right.
Tonki on
And,
the 2 so. Or just waiting on the
yep.
2 so.
1 2 so left in the wall.
Yep, Jake is also Ishanten right here.
Yep. Ishanten with your favorite three-sided Tonki shape.
I do love the 3-sided Tonki. I'm a big fan.
Quite nice. Quite nice. Uh, but honestly, may want to move this towards Tanyo so
Yeah.
that
I mean,
has a chance at
Tanya,
calling.
or
ポン
also just E2. Draw one or
Mm,
two pin.
right. I think that 2 mon cut is pretty reasonable with that in mind. Oh, here's Tenpai. Ichi Pin
Yeah.
リ
Fudora.
ーチ
Oh yeah, with the Dora too, you don't even mess with dominating this. You just straight up reach it, ship it,
Hmm.
2-5, turn on auto win, crack your knuckles, go on Twitter. Pray that nothing scary happens.
Yeah,
What you don't know simply won't hurt you. I can promise that.
true.
Oh, would have done the meme wait one turn. Oh wait, no,
Hmm.
because you would have dropped 9 P for Tempai anyway. Never mind.
Right. Oh,
Ooh,
Melissa.
Melissa has to drop one so to upgrade. Too scared. Doesn't want to check dealer reach.
Yeah, actually broke Tenpai a few turns ago
No,
with
yeah.
the 2 pin drop. So,
Oh,
slowly making her way back. Could end up on the 1 so 7 so Shaba instead.
yeah. Not exactly a good job though, but something.
Yeah. The Mawashi.
Ooh. And now, yeah, you're just playing Genbutsu. I mean, the nice part about this for Melissa is that even Mongon Sumo by dealer, while it feels terrible, does not put you under 30k.
Right.
And you know there's at least one more hand happening after this.
Right.
If you just play Genbutsu and dealer wins. And then if dealer doesn't win, you played Genbutsu, so you're not dealing in, right?
Right. 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 Well, it's just good situational awareness. You'd like to secure your second place above 30k if possible, but not at the expense of uh, dealing into a dealer and
Yeah, and
getting all your
losing and then
points
going
taken.
negative, especially, if things get crazy last session and it ends up being if you're positive, you promote, and if you're negative, you
Hmm.
demote. Just making sure you're positive right now is a huge deal. You drop 1,000 points from
Right.
this Ryukoku, but you got another chance at just a quick hand to end the game and to keep everything.
Yep. And
Oh, here it
maybe not.
is. The
キ
legendary 5 away Daisongen is real. My bad, 7 away Daisongen is real.
Yeah.
Although with good shape like that and being dealer, you're definitely just
1
saying goodbye.
Yep.
Adios, don't need
本
ya. Except
Tuned.
Viet is tired and done with this tonight. Viet's looking to to go to bed or go do something else. Viet's forcing this Onitsu.
Yeah. And
本
it looks pretty good, honestly. West and East both look very callable.
Yeah, you don't have anything past that, but I think
本
that's
Here's the
fine.
East.
Although Melissa
And
might just kind of snatch up that quick little tempai before. Melissa Ishan 10 too. Got the Hatsu for guaranteed Yaku as well. Jake's still trying to find tempai. Still looking for the Chun too. Has not seen one.
yep. Tunes all still in the wall. Or tuned and last two are still in the wall.
Ooh, gets a San Menchan weight upgrade here. And that is going to be tempai. Much less points, but again, dealer tempai.
Yep. Dealer Tenpai.
1
I think
Weight
this
is
is fairly
terrible.
normal to just repeat.
I mean, there are two 6Ps on the board, but I think you need to scare people off, so I think you do just take that. Oh,
Yeah.
though, Melissa here, 5'8", no bids on. It's pretty good. 6P would
Yeah.
be double
Also on.
Ron. Why Melissa would ever throw
Mhm.
that, who knows? And there is still one 6P left to draw, too, so it could be the case that Quinn draws a third 6, says, I need points, whatever, I'm just going to shove it, and then ends up dealing in double Ron.
Right. What would be probably the worst, most unfortunate outcome of.
Yes, very unfortunate. Still 160, and I mean, again, here's that awkward situation. Like dealer can sumo, and you might get pushed down a little bit, but you still get a guaranteed another hand to try to dig above 30. And Melissa sees that and decides to fold.
Yep.
Viet
Going
being
to
tested, but Viet pushing. Quinn is going to get
mm,
tempai. Oh, and Melissa draws the last
last six
6.
pin.
Quinn has a
Oh,
chance to switch tempai. Yeah, yeah.
six.
Yeah, four is better.
Konitsu 3. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 is definitely better
But
there than the 6 because there's already two sixes out. So a little bit more room to try and a little bit more Tonki room. I think it's like one extra tile. Oh, the
I mean, the
seven's the
Forso is
indicator
the.
too, so harder to
Yeah.
get someone to
So it's a
drop
Honitsu
that.
3. And you want to keep the Forso just because of two-sided weight, 3 so Forso.
Yeah. Oh, and
No.
Jake
No, and
deals
wins
it
it.
from a Tenpai. That's not enough to switch, is it, too? Oh, I didn't even think about Sananko. So that's
Sanako
Hanemon. So that's a
Famitsu.
switch! Quinn doesn't get
Quinn.
positive, but a huge switch there and a massive hit to Jake.
Yeah, huge win for Quinn to find out last second Hanuman. Viet ends up taking first. Very dominant, plus 37.5. Melissa comes in second, plus 8.4.
Hmm.
Quinn with that whole last Hanuman pops up into third for saves some extra points, minus 13.7. And Jake, unfortunately, Ricci
Yeah.
ends up in fourth, minus 32.2.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, I think everybody takes that reach, and you just kind of, it might be a
mm,
table read to see, okay, are they gonna push against my reach or are they gonna back off? But I think that was the right read that everyone would back off except for one person, Quinn, and it also just happened Quinn had a nuts hand that was enough to overtake you, and you happen to deal in the tile direct.
yeah, I think it's
Which,
just
with the
like
three,
that
actually,
Ricci,
was that
even if
Mongon?
you,
15. I think even if it was 3 so that was dealt too, that wouldn't have been enough to pass. I think it was just on the 4 so because of the Sononko.
yeah, yeah, the Takame definitely hurt a lot there. Uh, just the addition of the Sanako, yeah, very unfortunate. And what was it? Yeah, for the Ricci that Jake took, I think you didn't even have like good options to upgrade because you were on
Yeah.
5-7 pin and then 4 pin had already been called by Viet to your right. So you don't even
Yeah.
have that many options in terms of upgrading to Ryeonmin as well. So I think it's normal to take that Ricci, especially with dealer.
Yeah, shove it. Hope your post Ricci tiles are nice to you, and hope everybody else gets scared, hops off.
Mm-hmm. But
It
uh,
be how it be. But that
it
is
be how it be.
the last game. That is it, I think, for tonight.
Woohoo!
That will do it. Very fun night. Hitting with the twos, both A2 to start the night off, and then some exciting B2 action. Get to see that cut line sort of develop and form itself in real time. Part of the fun of session 5 before you get into the absolute crazy zaniness of session 6. If you're still watching, then we got a couple things we got to tell you about real quick. One of those things being our Twitter, American Ricci. It's at American Ricci, Twitter. I mean, let's be honest. Kind of blows now. Kind of sucks. We still probably got it. Worth giving us a follow. Update. One good thing to get put on your timeline, because God knows that it just keeps getting worse and worse without you changing anything. We got a website, AmericanRicci.org. You want info about the players. You want info about the league. You want to look at the format. You just want to look at all the nice work that Edwin and Chase put in to making a nice, cool little website. They got, I think, Mount Fujisan, in the background, if I remember the top picture correctly. It looks really cool. Just go check that out. It's a good time. If you want to sign up for the league, which you should get in on, and you still have plenty of time to do, although it's running out, you can head there too. Sign up, get in on all the fun and action. And let's say you want to watch a VOD. You want to look at these past games. You want to hear me throw up when 3 comes out, or one of the worst bits while we watch the players actually do interesting things around and instead, riff bits for 3 minutes. You can check that out on YouTube. Either this stream or other streams that we've done are all going to be on our YouTube page at tinyurl.com/ARMLYT. All that fun there. Other than that, you got any important things to add, Philip? Any little
Uh,
goose, any last notes you want to tag along on?
Yeah, I'm just saying, statistically speaking, if you don't participate in American Ricci, you have a much higher likelihood of being a stinky person, you know? And you don't want to be that stinky,
I
so you should
I I read that in the stats book actually. That's the chapter I just got on. There's a
real,
lot of
real.
there's it's four-part formula that goes into it. Very complicated stuff, but Phillips speaking is nothing but facts.
But yeah, if you haven't signed up already, do encourage you to sign up. Armel is a really fun experience. Good way to, if you're just new to Ricci, it's a good way to play against other players, get acquainted with the uh, Ricci scene in America,
Hmm.
and a really good way to also just hone your skills and, uh, yeah, just a good way to be involved with everything that's going on.
Yeah,
But yeah,
never hurts to try it for a season. You're committed to 4 games, 4 Hanshans every 2 weeks. You do it for a season, 3 months. Don't like it, can always just stop doing it after that. Never hurts to give it a try. And I know a lot of other people really love it, so always worth it.
yep.
But other than that, I'm sure you could tell that me and Philip are probably both extremely tired. I know I'm a sleepy little guy. I got work in, what is that, almost 7 hours now. Just over, so clock is ticking, and I'm ready to go to bed. West Coasters probably got a ton of Mahjong action still tonight on the ladder. But that is going to do it for us here at Armel. I've been Harrison, otherwise known as Sweezo, Mr. B2. Who knows? Maybe even soon, Mr. B1. Joined by Philip, Mr. Nehalem. Always a blast commentating. Always a great time. And I
Yes,
think
sir.
that'll do it. That'll be it. So I want to wish everybody a good night and hope that you don't hit that 10% deal into Dora roll on your dreams tonight. Nothing
All
but
right.
sweet Epot Sumo action. Take care, everybody.
Yeah. Take care.